comedians are going to play Tabletop. And we are live! Welcome to Stream of Blood. This is a stream where comedians are going to play tabletop role-playing games, and the adventures are going to be hardcore, brutal, and totally roughneck. My name is Jared Logan. I'm the host of this. I'm the game master as well. And let's see if I can add my friends. One of our players today, our first player I'm going to introduce today is Robert Dean.
Hi, guys. I've never done this before.
Oh, good.
I'm very excited. So I'm the novice. If you don't know what this is, that makes two of us.
Okay.
So it'll be fun for people watching.
Actually, Robert, we did play a World of Darkness game one time, and I remember you were really excellent at it.
Oh, thanks, man. I remember that.
Yeah, the World of Darkness.
I lost my arm, and then I made a move that you went, oh, how interesting. And I still am very proud of that.
Yeah, now I'm going to talk about the game we're playing today in more detail in a second, but I want to introduce the rest of our players. This next guy, he's a writer for Sam B. He's a prolific Twitterer, and he's a good pal and a great role player. Please welcome Mike Drucker.
Hello, how's it going? Hi.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Welcome to the stream. And what would you say your role-playing experience is, roughly?
As a whole?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been playing role-playing games since middle school. I ran a Dragon Ball Z role-playing game in the back of a computer class in high school, D&D, World of Darkness. Yeah. I haven't played GURPS before. This is actually my first GURPS game, though.
Yeah, we're playing GURPS today. So Mike is a veteran role player, and he's going to be playing one of our crooks in the heist. Let's see. Who do I have left here? Do I have... Let me see. Oh, here he is. This guy is the host of a show called Adam Ruins Everything, and excellent comedian. Please welcome Adam Conover.
Yay!
Hi.
We look like progressively worse stages of the same person.
Yeah, wait. Okay,
am I the worst or you the worst?
I'm the worst. It's Robert, Jared, you, me.
Oh, okay. I see.
I feel like
I went between Jared and Adam.
Okay, let me. I think that Adam is actually the better version of me. So
okay,
I feel
that's
like
fair.
Robert is a guy in his 20s. Yeah. Adam is a guy in his 30s. I'm a guy in his 40s. And Drucker is a guy who is, frankly, on death's door.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Like the experimental treatments aren't quite working.
No, not at all.
Well, it was cancer, probably. Okay, so let's get into our game today. So I just have a couple things to say. First of all, if you're joining us, I want to say to everybody out there in the quarantine, we're just doing this to kind of keep ourselves busy and give you more content to watch. And we hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy. And we just want to say it's really, really, really important that you practice social distancing. And that means really do not interact with people outside of the people in your home. We really want to stop this virus so that we can all get out and play role-playing games in person again soon. Okay? So
couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like we have to say it. We have to acknowledge what's going on. But this is just me showing my love of role-playing and my love of everybody out there who's, isolated, practicing social distancing like they should. I hope you enjoy this. We hope that you enjoy this. Okay, so role-playing games, you probably are familiar with Dungeons & Dragons. Today we're going to play a different type of game, because role-playing games can really be anything. If you tuned into this, you probably already know that. But some people think it's all elves and orcs and trolls. What we're doing today is a crime game. Everybody who's playing the game today is going to be a criminal that's taking part in a heist. And we're going to see if they can pull it off, get the big score, and get out without getting caught. So that should be really interesting. And in order to do that, we are playing GURPS. Hold on. GURPS, the generic universal role-playing system. And the cool thing about GURPS is that it allows you to play literally any kind of character in any time period. And it does that by having very complex rules. We are using kind of a lighter version of the rules today. The basic mechanic of GURPS is very simple. You just roll 3d6 and you try to roll under your skill. And unless you're a superhuman, your skill is somewhere between 3 and 18, right? And 18 being like the greatest in the world. And when you get into 19 and 20, you're a superhuman. You're like a superhero or a god or something like that. So we don't have a way to show you everyone's roles on the screen today. We are on an honor system. I would say that when you play at home, you kind of just take people's word for it when they roll anyway. I don't look at all of my players' rolls and make sure that they rolled what they said they just rolled. So today, I'm going to take everybody's word for it when they said they rolled a certain result. Let's get started. Are we ready to do this?
Yeah.
Let's get into the game.
I'm just getting my dice out.
Okay, great. I thought that you were maybe like chomping on some chips or something, which
a big bag of gummy bears to get.
I want people to be able to hear it. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. Wait, can you hear mine?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good roll sound.
Mine went everywhere. I'm probably going to be like crawling around on the floor looking for dice, but that's how I usually play. Okay.
Great. People in the chat are saying good sound too. So.
Oh, great.
I'm glad people are enjoying the dice sound. Here's a little more. There you go. A little more. There. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get started. I'm just going to start the game. I'm going to set our first scene, and then I'm going to explain more about what's going on. Okay?
Great.
But this is the beginning of our game. A gray panel van marked Lucky's Heating and Cooling Repair rolls up outside a building in the tech sector of Sampson, California. The building is all glass and chrome. It looks like a starship landed in a California industrial park. There are no letters on the sign of this building, just a logo, a pattern of rectangles that represents Amontillado Pharmaceuticals Amalgamated. Inside the van, 4 desperate men are squinting at monitors. The eldest, a hunched-over little weasel of a man in thick spectacles, adjusts the feed from the cameras mounted on his van. This is Dr. Emmanuel Prospero. He looks at you guys and he says, "Okay, let's review. There are 3 floors. First floor is the lobby in the warehouse. Second floor is the office level. Third floor is the laboratory. That's our target. It takes a key card to use the elevator and a handprint scan to get into the lab. The drug we want is in the lab. Gentlemen, we have 24 hours to save the human race." Yeah, there was a twist at the end of that monologue.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. Well, why were we chosen for this task?
Well, first of all, let's find out who you are. So I want to know who the people are sitting in this van with Dr. Emmanuel Prospero. So let's start with Robert Dean. Tell us about your character, my friend.
Her name is Roberta, goes by Birdie. She is a bit of a tech wizard, hacker. There's Jared. There I am.
How do I make Robert big?
How do you make
I know how
Robert
to
big?
do it.
There
There
you
we
go.
Wait, I
on
got
TV.
Okay, so she's a tech wizard, great at the computer, great at hacking, gadgets, total science geek, doesn't want anyone to get hurt in this. We're trying to save humanity. That's the goal. That's the mission. I want no one. She wants no one. I want no one to be hurt in this. Non-violence. I'll use my tech, my smarts, my intelligence to try and, get to that laboratory and save humanity.
Yes, and I will tell you 2 things. One, I'm sorry that I said 4 desperate men were in the van because I forgot that there was 1 desperate woman in the van, and that's her last name is Marks, Roberta Marks. Is that what you said?
Yep, Birdie Marks.
Birdie Marks, okay. And the other thing I'll say is that the way that Dr. Emmanuel Prospero got you to join this heist is that he's told you that there is an experimental HIV/AIDS medication in this pharmaceutical company that this company is thinking of selling at a very, very high markup. So he wants to go in. He wants to steal it so that he can synthesize it and put it on the black market at a reasonable price. Okay, and that was because your character likes to have a moral justification for her heists. Is that right?
Absolutely. It needs to be for the greater good. I'm not in it for my personal, benefit. I'm not looking for the money in this. I believe that this HIV medication needs to get out to the public. And, Dr. Prospero wants to charge for it. I think it should be free, but, I'm sure we'll get into that later.
Okay. Let's now talk to Mike Drucker. And Mike, tell us about your character.
My character is Chet McJohnson. He's a sort of the front man, very handsome, very talented at talking to people, good at disguises. Isn't really paying attention to this conversation that we're having in the van, like keeps sort of looking out, very antsy to get started. Sort of like very confident, but also maybe not the smartest person in the world outside of emotional intelligence.
Great. And why would he agree to do a heist like this? Just a payday or?
It's fun. It's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun to fool people. It's fun to play people.
Well, I can tell you that Dr. Prospero promised you $25,000 on the completion of the job. Immediately on the completion of the job. So, sweet. But Chet really is just in it for a good time, which it seems like an incredibly dangerous way to have a good time.
Hey, some of us like to live dangerously. Some of us like to live like weaklings. I'm a dangerous man.
Oh, good. He's also a Nietzsche will to powerist. That's good.
Yep.
All right, and now let's talk to Adam Conover about his character.
My character's named Bullet Head, called that because of his large bald head. He's a hired muscle. He's basically the exact opposite of Roberta. He's a hired killer. If you need somebody killed or maimed or beaten up or threatened, he's the person for that. He carries a variety of weaponry that he uses to really hurt people. He has no moral code whatsoever other than that he does jobs for money. He's just a blue collar guy who does a dirty job. And he's got a little bit of a temper. And he will never be taken alive.
So, that's good. That's a volatile mix. All right. Yep. Here we go. Let's see everybody again. There's everybody.
Everybody.
Now I'm going to give one final rule, and this is it isn't in the GURPS main rule book. This isn't something that always happens in a GURPS game, but it is something that almost always happens in heist movies. What I'm going to allow you guys to do is, at any point during the game, if you want to set your own scene that is a flashback to show me how your character got ready for the heist, which we have, as you see, just started, you may do that. And you may set a single scene, set in a single place where you did something to get ready. Maybe you did some research. Maybe you went and bought a piece of equipment. Maybe you went and interviewed somebody. That's up to you, okay? And you can decide when you'd like to stop the game for a second and set that scene. Does that make sense to everybody?
It's like Bill and Ted rules. We say what we did in the past so we can affect the future.
That's exactly right.
Okay. So it's like can I give an example and see if I got it right?
Yes, you may.
Was like, okay, we got to figure out how to get up or down. And Roberta says, oh, I actually like cyber hacked the map of the place and I found out that there's like a vent or something. Like
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay,
now I might in that scene I may make you roll to cyber hack the place.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But you could do that. Cyber hacking is the technical term, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. But right now, the heist has started. So Dr. Emmanuel Prospero explains that in 24 hours, early the next morning at 8 a.m., they are going to ship out this drug, the quantity of it that they've synthesized here in this laboratory. So we have 24 hours to, set up the job, case the place, get in, get it, and get out. So you guys let me know how you'd like to go about it. I can tell you right now, you're in a lovely Northern California industrial park. There's a lot of greenery. This place has a big parking lot, and then you're looking at the front doors of it. The building is very, made out of glass. It looks very futuristic and modern. Are those oxymoronic when you put them together? Futuristic, modern. It's got big double doors. And then to the right, there's kind of like a lunch area, an outdoor lunch area for the employees with like little benches and stone tables. And then behind the building, there is the reservoir, city reservoir for the city of Sampson. So there's really kind of one way in and out of good old Amontillado Pharmaceuticals Amalgamated. It's kind of, you can go out the front. You can't really go out the back because you're running right into the reservoir.
So can I just ask again, the reason for the heist is there's an experimental HIV/AIDS medication. Is that what you said?
That's what the doctor has told you. Yes.
Okay. And he wants to steal it and synthesize it because these are drug profiteers. I mean, Bullethead doesn't give a shit. He's being paid for his job, but I want to know that's the story we've been given.
That is the story you have been given.
Okay.
Both you and Chet, both Bullethead and Chet were promised $25,000 on completion of the job.
And I don't need the money.
Can I have Roberta's money?
Ooh.
Can I convince Bullethead that I should get the money?
Let's roll for this. Only about the economics.
So we've already reached the point where a role-playing game falls apart. Characters trying to trick and mind control each other.
It's a heist.
Okay. So does this? Okay. So are we still sitting in the van? We're just like looking out at
You're sitting in the van. Yeah. You're saying. Someone drove. I suppose that was probably you, Bullethead, and then the other three are in the back looking at some monitors because there's a camera mounted on the side of the van. There's some directional microphones on top of it. And the van is marked that it is a heating and air conditioning repair van.
Got it. Okay, I'd like to see does this look at all like a hard target? We got security cameras, but also is there anybody who looks armed, or are there even just some people walking around in a threatening, guarding way?
You don't see any guards walking around. You do see employees in lab coats. Two of them walk into the building. It's right about now. It's like 9:30 in the morning, but you don't see like a gate or like a security guard station.
Okay. Could I do my role-playing back moment now?
You can.
I'm gonna say that.
Wait. What do we call it? We're Bill and Tedding.
We're Bill and Tedding.
Wayne's World. Go ahead.
Even though I'm a lazy, arrogant asshole, I still do what I do best. And I sort of scoped out, I figured it out. I knew we were going to a lab company, so I have sort of like a good lab coat outfit, sort of science disguise. I have like a few implements with me just so I can get it. I also minimally studied the lingo so I could kind of say one or two phrases to sneak by.
Okay. Great.
I have it packed with me. I'm not wearing it yet, but I can put it on.
What do you have again? Say it again.
I basically have a disguise of one of the scientists.
Got it.
Okay, so do you have a disguise skill?
I do. Let me pull it up. I should, I think. Yes, I do.
Okay, what is that skill? I'm going to roll it for you. You won't know how well you did.
Okay. 11.
Okay, here we go. And what I want to do is set this flashback scene. So basically, Chet spent a couple days buying stuff from medical outfitters. He's got a lab coat laid out on his bed. He's trying it on. He's putting a pocket protector in to see how it looks in the mirror. And then we see him just watching Grey's Anatomy and Chicago Med. And he's going 40 cc's of O2, doctor. He's just repeating what they say. Am I getting that correct? Is that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's see how you did in your disguise. Okay. So I know if you put together a good disguise, you do not, but you think that it is ready and it is convincing.
I'm good with it. I know it's convincing.
I don't think so.
I know it's
seeing
good.
it right now. I don't think that's a convincing disguise.
I know it.
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous about this.
Okay. Well, I've prepared. Bullethead has prepared. Doesn't need a flashback because he always has him with him. A sawed-off shotgun So he suggests, let's just go in there and go to the third floor and fight our way up and take the thing. Seems pretty straightforward. We don't see any particular...
And disagree.
Look. You guys can sit back and earn your money comfortably. I'll sneak in, I'll get the vial, and I'll leave. I promise to be honest with you.
You don't know what you're getting into. Let me get at least blueprints. Maybe I can hack into the cameras in the building, and so we at least know what we're getting into.
That sounds boring.
How about Dr. Prospero is going to interrupt you all and go, remember what I told you. You need a key card to get up the elevator, and you need a handprint scan to get into the lab on the third floor. Now, your outfit looks very convincing, but how do you intend to get past that handprint scan and get that key card?
Whose hand do we need to chop off and hold onto the hand scanner?
Bullethead makes a point that I like.
Can we not do the hand chopping?
Roberta,
I was being metaphorical, but also if it comes up.
You're a hacker, not a thinker.
I will.
Shut up, all of you!
I have a gadget. I have a special skill. I have a gadget skill. I don't know if you guys know this. I got a gadget skill, and I can gadget a fake hand that will open the door, hopefully, depending on how dice are rolled.
We still need to get you past the up elevator with a key card so you can get up there and do that.
Look,
who's likely to have the key card?
Yeah,
one of the security staff, or maybe any employee. I mean, any employee with access to the third lab level.
I'm confident I can get a key card out of an employee.
I mean, I could just talk an employee into giving it to me. I'll tell a guard that I lost mine. They'll let me in.
I got 13.
We need to do. Okay, this guy knocks heads together, but he's not an idiot. We need to do some scouting of the situation of what's inside. We need to understand who's there and get the lay of the land. Maybe Chet should go do that, so we know who we gotta break down to get in there.
Chet heard the word "we."
Good idea.
Chet heard the word "we," and now it's just Chet. So if Chet's going to be the one in danger, Chet might need a little bigger slice of the pie, but we can talk about that later. Chet's going to go.
I wish Chet would quit referring to himself in the third person.
Chet's got to do what Chet's got to do, baby.
All right, so it sounds like we're sending in our face man to scout. Is that correct?
Before we do this, is there any way I can hack into the cameras of the building?
From outside, that's going to be extremely difficult. I would allow you to use. I would allow you to try it. I would allow you to use your hacking skill, but I would make you roll it at a -5 from outside.
Roberta,
computer operation or
Roberta, don't you have like a pair of glasses that I could wear in the lab coat, walk around, wear an earpiece? You just tell me where to go.
I certainly brought that.
You know, a pair of glasses with like a camera in it.
Well, you might have brought that, Roberta. You need to use your.
I only have one gadget, and I have that.
You have one gadget that you can. So just to let everybody know,
cameras. Should have brought that camera.
Roberta has one. Let me just explain to the people watching. Roberta has one undefined gadget. That's how her character was built, so that at some point during the heist, she can suddenly go, "Oh, I happen to have that." So if Roberta wants to happen to have a kind of like very surreptitious kind of like communication system so that she could like send in Chet with an earbud and kind of like tell him where to go and kind of see what Chet is seeing, then she can define her gizmo as that right now. Is that what she brought with her?
She would prefer not to do that.
Okay.
I think Chet, maybe you just put us on speakerphone in your pocket. Is that?
Sure. Just speakerphone has a speaker on it, right?
We'll mute it then.
I mean, I could just have the phone in my ear.
Well, you just got AirPods. Just have AirPods on. Just put your AirPods.
All right.
I'm now ruling that you guys have argued it's like now almost 11:30 in the morning, and you have 24 hours. So are we sending Chet in now?
Let's go.
Chet, go just first floor. Just scope it out, see what's going on. And in an hour, people will go to lunch, and I think that's the best opportunity to steal the key card.
Okay.
Personally, on that little lunch area on the outside, I think that's the best place to steal the card.
I'm gonna wear my AirPods, or you know what? I'm gonna wear AirPods. I'm gonna wear them casually, as if I work there going in. I'm also gonna put my phone in my front pocket with the camera facing out, and try to do it sort of as casually as possible, and that way they can see what's inside.
Okay.
Great.
Okay,
Great. Who are you FaceTiming? Me? I want the FaceTime.
No, it's going to be me. I'm the mastermind of this operation. And Dr. Emmanuel Prospero starts messing with his phone, and he can't figure out how to do a visual
Chet's got to give it to the lady.
Let me help.
Chet's got to give it to the lady. It's got to be Roberta.
Let me help with
Chet
the
loves
phone.
the ladies, and the ladies love Chet.
Okay. Take it and let's go. Let's get the show on the road.
All right. So, Chet, you are walking toward the big glass double doors, and as you get closer, you can see into the lobby a little bit. These are very translucent windows. You can see the big kind of pentagonal shaped lobby beyond. And I need you to make a perception roll for me.
Okay. Let me see what my perception is. I rolled that's going to be an 11. Let me find where my perception is on the sheet. I'm sorry.
It would probably be equal to your IQ.
Okay, so I rolled one higher than my IQ, which is 10, unless it's higher somewhere else.
I'm going to say that Chet, who you have described as a guy that doesn't pay attention to detail, breezes into the lobby without noticing an important clue.
Can I interrupt? I have an observation of 11.
Oh, and you rolled an 11?
I rolled an 11. I'm not lying. You can check my sheet.
No, I've seen your sheet, and I remember that you're right. So what I will say is that I'm gonna allow that. As you walk in, you notice that there is a security camera mounted on the front door of the building.
Okay, and I sort of like mumble, just like security camera, front door, building, just so they get it.
Yes.
Got it.
Then are you gonna walk in now?
I'm gonna walk in casually, like as if I work there, kind of like, gotta go to work today.
Okay. This isn't a huge building. It's a 3-story kind of lab building. To your right, there are an elevator bank, but it has just 2 elevators. And straight ahead in front of you, there is a big security desk. And you can see a door to the left of the security desk and a door behind the security desk. And why don't you roll observation for me again?
Okay. Just a second. 9.
9. Okay. So you rolled a 9, and that is below your observation. So you successfully see that there is also a security camera behind the security desk.
Got it.
So that anybody that walks up to the desk is put on their closed circuit television.
Okay.
And there is a security guard, a young man with a goatee. He's kind of hefty. He's got a shaved head. He has like a ex-military look about him, and he's sitting there in a Amontillado Pharma security uniform.
Because I have the disadvantage of overconfidence, I just walk right up.
Okay, and what do you say, or what are you trying to do?
I'm like, man, I forgot my ID card today. I really need to. I'm so sorry. I know that this is against policy, but come on, man. I forgot. Like, I sort of like intentionally stumble over everything, so I do that awkward thing where the guy's trying to catch up with where I am, and I'm sort of trying to like almost play like I'm hunching a little bit. I'm trying to like bring in my features. I'm almost trying to pathetic myself up a bit so he feels bad for me and just like buzzes me in.
Okay, well, he goes, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I just have to like call up, and then
No. Like, I need to get in right now. Like, like, look, man. Like, we have things in that lab, man, that like would blow your dick off. Like, you don't understand. Like, it's if I don't get in there right now, like there could be like people could die. And look, come on, man, be cool with me. Come on, we're cool. Aren't you cool? Like, we're cool, man. You seem cool.
Okay. This is very forceful. I'm going to say that you can roll. What skill would you use to fast talk? Is that what you have?
Fast talk. Yeah, fast talk.
Okay, but I want this at -2 because it feels like you're being very forceful and pushy.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 8.
And what was your total skill?
My total skill was 13, then minus 2, 11.
11, so you succeeded. So he's like, okay, I'm sorry. All right, I get it. And he...
it's cool, man. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell anybody.
He runs over to the elevators, and he hits the up button, and he's pulling his, like, little his card off of his lanyard that's attached with one of those little zip lines, you know? And when the elevator opens, he's, like, holding it open and waiting for you to get in.
I walk in.
Okay. He presses his card against a little pad there inside the elevator. It king green, and then he hits 3. You see that there's a second floor as well.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, have a nice day.
Thanks, man. That's really cool of you. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
The doors shut, and now you are going up. Roll your observation skill again.
Can I ask a question?
You certainly may.
So we all know this is happening because he's got the phone in his pocket?
Yes.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to observe I have observation skill, but I'd like to take a look at the windows on the outside of the second floor. Do any of them look like openable windows?
So that's a great question, but unfortunately you are inside a completely closed off elevator right now. And
No, but I'm outside. I'm looking at the building.
I understand. You asked the question about looking at his camera, so I got confused.
Yeah, sorry. We know that he's headed to the second floor, so I'm thinking ahead. I can climb, and so I want to. The plan that I'm thinking of is: can he open a window from the inside, and then I climb up and go in the window?
Well, just so you know, that guy buzzed me to the 3rd floor. So not the second.
Floor?
Also, I think that's what Jared
okay.
said. Also, on observation, I got a 17, which is very bad.
Okay, great. I understand. Adam, that's a great question. This very super hyper modern building, like it doesn't really look like it has like openable windows on the second floor. At least not in the front of the building where you're looking. What it looks like is that instead it has this beautiful panorama window and you can actually see workers moving about in a cubicle maze on the second floor. The third floor is too high for you now to just look right in and see what people are doing and moving around and doing.
But they're not there. It's also not openable windows on the 3rd floor.
Okay. It doesn't look to be, at least not in the front where you're looking.
Got it. I think Bullethead is getting impatient sitting inside the van. He's going up. I want to go in there too. And he wants to start stealthing around the back of the building, saying this is taking too long.
I think that's completely fine if he'd like to do that. Dr. Prospero goes, are you sure? Maybe we should wait for him to get back.
Okay, fine, but we better not take too long.
Wait, Adam. I'm talking to Adam, the player. You can decide to do whatever you want. That's not the game master going,
no, I know.
Okay, great. Just letting you know you have full 1,000% agency and can tell Dr. Drucker to fuck off if you want.
I appreciate that, but also I'll just play it that Bullethead's getting a little restless and like cracking his neck and like getting his like fucking like I'm sick of sitting in the van all day.
Well, that makes sense. Let's see how far our friend Chet can get. Chet, the doors open and you are looking at the 3rd lab level. And you walk out of the elevator and there is an enormous bay window facing the front of the building, like out into the parking lot. And if you look over that way to the left as you come out of the elevator, you can see actually way out on the road a little van that says, air conditioning, heating repair. And directly in front of you, there is an enormous modern art sculpture that is similar to the logo of the pharmaceutical company. It's like a series of interlocking rectangles, but this has been cast in bronze and it's about 8 feet tall. And then to your right, like hard to your right, as you come out of the elevators, you see a big, heavy-looking door, like with a little window in the door. And beside it, a big kind of like pad apparatus.
Okay, like a hand pad or like a number pad?
looks like a hand pad.
Okay.
And then opposite the elevators, past the sculpture, which dominates the center of this large lobby-like room, you see two doors. One is marked lecture, and the other looks to be a kitchen or dining room.
I'm going to go to the kitchen dining room.
Okay, it's only well, actually, I said that it's going on lunch. So actually, you now see a couple scientists in there, and there are cabinets on the walls near the door, and they're pulling out like various things out of the refrigerator and pouring cups of coffee. There are, let's see, there are 3 scientists in here right now. I mean, you assume they're scientists. They have lab coats on, and on the far side of the room, you can see through the door, there are, little small round tables that 3 or 4 people can sit at and eat lunch together, and a large window so that lets a little light into this this kitchen dining room.
Okay. I'm going to try to blend in. I'm going to like casually grab food and sort of try to not be close enough to be noticed in terms of like get in their way, but also try to eavesdrop a little bit. And I'm also like letting, like everyone can see because I have that camera in my, the phone in my pocket. And I'm also gonna be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna try to see what's going on. I'm gonna try to listen to them. Be cool.
Okay, great.
Be cool. Now I would like to do my flashback scene.
Okay. So as we leave Chet, blending in with the other scientists, we are going to go to Roberta's flashback scene. Yes.
All right, so Roberta's in her apartment, no windows, very dark. She's listening to Freddie Mercury. She hates AIDS. And she wants to get this, obviously, this cure. So what she did ahead of time is she did unbelievable research on both the company and each employee using Facebook and Google. She has infinite knowledge about
Facebook and Google.
Facebook and Google.
All in 15 minutes.
She's a tech genius. Have I said that before?
Wow.
The dark, deep internet of Facebook.
Wow.
She knows their faces. She sees them through Chet's camera. She knows who we're looking at.
Oh, great.
And she knows a lot of personal information.
I like it.
I'm going to tell you 2 things. But I want you to roll. I want you to roll on. Do you have a research skill? Barring that, do you have anything that you use to do that kind of stuff?
Computer operations, computer programming. Research is 13.
Oh, that's what you'll be rolling. Give me a
TL8. I don't know what that means.
TL8. It means the tech level. Don't worry about that. Just roll your 3d6 and
All right.
under 13.
Rolling. And I rolled a 9.
Okay, that's an excellent roll. So I am going to tell you 2 things, like I mentioned before, because you rolled well. Back when you did your research, you found out 2 things. One, there is a scientist at this laboratory. She is a female. It's a female scientist. She posts a lot on social media, Facebook, and various platforms about how much she hates the company that she works for and how awful they are and how unhappy she is there. And you just don't know her name because she has like a social media handle when she's on Reddit talking about this stuff.
But that's our mark.
Chet? Yeah.
Use your charm.
I gotcha.
You're guessing it's a woman that's pretty young. That's and you were able to kind of pick up on her tone and stuff that there must be a young woman scientist there who is unhappy. I'll tell you one other thing that you found out while doing all this research online. You found out that Amontillado Pharmaceuticals Amalgamated, they mostly make antidepressants and psychiatric drugs. It actually seems a little weird to you that they would have an anti-HIV medication.
It does seem a little weird.
Okay, let's go back to Chet.
All right. Has Roberta communicated these things to me?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a flashback.
Yeah, Chet, get a look around that room. Let's see if I can see her.
I sort of do like a casual torso turn, so the camera follows with my body, so it's not just my head. And I sort of like, I'm holding the tray of the food, and let's say I'm turning my body the way you do when you hold a tray of food, so it doesn't look unnatural. And I'm sort of trying to scan while he's looking.
Is this what it was like for you during lunch in school? Like, look natural with the...
Look natural!
Oh, this is how the other kids hold their food. If I do the same.
Pretend to be human. Well done, Chet. Chet, so cash. Chet, you see that one of the scientists is wearing a little froggy pin on her lab coat. And you remember that Roberta told you that the Reddit user who kept complaining about Amontillado went by the handle Poison Frog 66.
Got it. Okay. Is she sitting or is she standing? I'm sorry.
She is standing and talking animatedly to a coworker. She's pouring herself a Diet Coke. By the way, today's broadcast is brought to you by Diet Coke. All of the taste, none of the calories. Diet Coke.
There will be one viewer who thinks that's real, by the way.
I wish it was.
Okay, you know what? I sort of like, I try to blend in and like listen a little bit. Maybe like, you know what? I sit down at the table that's nearest to them and I try to like listen while not facing them. Yeah. And I also switch the AirPods onto that mode where you can like hear as well as get things in. I don't know if you guys have the pros. They're very fancy. There's like a listening mode.
Okay.
Chet's got the pros.
Chet's got the pros.
Yeah. So Bullethead uses an iPhone 4 still. It's not compatible.
She's definitely complaining. You definitely are empathetic enough to kind of get the vibe of what she's doing. You know how people grouse about their work while they're at work in kind of a hushed tone, you know? Yeah. But what she's talking is so technical. And you don't have any kind of pharmaceutical knowledge, do you?
No, I'm dumb as dog shit.
Do you want to give me an IQ -4 roll to see if you can tell what she's saying?
IQ -4. I rolled a 7, so that would be 1 over.
Then you don't get what she's saying at all. It's complete gobbledygook to you. But you do catch the name of a drug called PIM 34.
Okay.
And that is, she keeps talking about that product. That's all I can tell you because she's talking all science to the guy beside her.
Okay. I sort of like, in a hushed tone, sort of like repeat that so it can come through my headphones. So I'm like, PIM 34, guys. PIM 34, man. Like what that? I don't know what that is, but someone write that down.
Bullethead says, "Who gives a shit? Find out whose hand." Room.
Dr. Prospero says, "We give a shit. PIM 34 is the drug we came here to get. What is she saying about it? Make him tell us. Give me the." He's trying to get the phone off of Roberta.
And she's saying that like the thing, and I'm like whispering this, like the thing is like the reason that it's wrong, but like the company doesn't have all of the equipment, I think. And I clearly don't know what I'm talking about.
And as you were saying that, Chet, into your phone, someone goes, "Well, hey there, new guy."
Oh, hey.
And you turn around, and there is a man who's not in a lab coat. He's in like a suit and a tie, and he's got a cup of coffee in his hand, and he's a mustachioed man and looks to be in his like early 40s, and he's like, "Are you our new tech?"
I am. My name's Johnson McChet.
Johnson McChet?
Yeah. It's Scottish.
I
mean, you know, I'm like one of the new lab technicians. Like I was just hired the other day. I'm still figuring things out.
Yeah. I wasn't informed of a Johnson McChet.
Isn't that the way the company is, right? Classic Amontillado.
No. I was told an Alan Selmy was coming to work here today.
Alan Selmy? I went to college with Alan.
Hold on. I got an idea.
Can I see your ID card?
Bullethead, where are you? You down there?
Wait. I want to see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't like this. Well, does Bullethead have a Cockney accent? Maybe he does.
Now
I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. I've decided that. That's what he.
Suddenly be Cockney. That's insane.
No. But I wasn't quoting him before. I was just saying he says stuff like this. But now I'm like doing his voice. I don't like this one bit.
All right. You know what? The fact that you have called an audible and made your character Cockney at the last moment, I'm going to give you one free reroll for that. That's brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
But right now, I heard that Roberta had an idea when suddenly Chet got caught.
If they're looking for Mr. Selby, Bullethead, you think? Maybe go up to them and say you're Mr. Selby that you hire.
That's what I'm going to do.
As the GM, I am not supposed to give you advice, but that sounds like a horrible idea. Let's do it.
Okay, great. So Bullethead hops out.
Leave your shotgun. Just leave your shotgun.
No, it's a sawed-off shotgun, and I wear it like over my back. I got like a big jacket on, so it's like not concealed, but like I'm a big guy. What's he got under his big trench coat? You don't quite know.
You guys are never going to get into that lab. As Bullethead approaches the building, I want to remind Bullethead that he's been informed that he needs a camera, that there are cameras that will clock him as he's walking in. He needs a key card to get up to the floor that our friend Chet is on. So he needs to think about all those things as he's approaching the building. But right now, I want to know what Chet's going to do about the gentleman that's standing right in front of him.
I have heard what Roberta said, so I went, Alan Selby? I went to grad school with that guy. You guys hired him as well? Oh man, I gotta see him. Where is he? Where's he at?
Big dumb Cockney guy?
He's like a big dumb bald Cockney dude.
All right.
I'm very excited. Like I'm trying to play up like it's very cool. Like I don't know anything's wrong. I'm being like not fast talking necessarily, but just being so casual that there's no nervousness in my voice.
Okay. I will allow you to make another fast talk roll. This time, I'm sorry. This is just, you're really in trouble here. I'm going to make it a -4 fast talk roll.
All right, that would be 9. And I got 8. Actual 8. I'm not cheating. You can look.
No, I believe you. We're on the honor system here. So the guy goes, I wasn't aware there was more than one new hire today, but I guess they are trying to get the PIM 34 out of here. All right. Well, welcome. What was it? Johnson McChet?
Johnson McChet. Yeah, Johnson McChet, Scottish.
And security already got you your ID card?
No, there was a big mix-up. But you know, I'm gonna go to security down like at the end of the day and get it solved. You know, again, the company.
All right. Well, if you need anything, I'm Tom Legea. I'm the site manager, and we're happy to have you on board. I hope you and Mr. Selby are very happy here.
I'm sure we will. I mean, I've always loved this company.
We love our brains here.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
We love our big brains here at Amontillado.
Me and Alan are the smartest guys you'll ever meet.
All right, that guy walks out, and the other scientists are now kind of like eyeing you. And now, if Bullethead wants to walk into the building, he can do that.
Can we stop me from walking into the building now that this is okay? That I get halfway out and I don't need to go in just yet?
Well, you know, Bullethead, you were talking about doing a little scanning around the side and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to try to do a little bit of that?
That's what I was going to say. Why don't I sorry, is the van parked in the front, like the parking lot, or is it parked on the street? Like where have we positioned the van? Does it look like we're going to go in the building or not? Does that make sense?
You look like you're parked way out on the street. It's kind of hard to notice your van, but if someone was looking for it, if they were looking out the front door and looking for your van, they would spot it.
Okay, but no one's like, what the hell is that van doing there? Because we're far enough away.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, is there a way I can stealth around a little bit to get a view of the back of the building without actually going right up to it, or is it like?
Absolutely, I think that you could do that. So, do you want to go around to where that little kind of lunch area with the stone tables is, or do you want to go around the other side of the building?
I want to go around the other side where there's less people.
Okay, give me some sort of stealth roll. Do you have like a sneaking roll you could make?
I have stealth. I have a stealth of 12, so I'm trying to roll under 12.
You got it.
Okay. I make it. I got 8.
Excellently done. You very quickly and silently go around the side, acting casual enough that you wouldn't catch anyone's notice. And what you find there is a loading dock. The loading dock has a guard post at it with a security guard in it. This one is older than the guy that you guys saw on Chet's phone up front. He looks to be mid-40s, pretty plump, balding. And he's kind of standing there chatting with, warehouse workers. There's kind of an alley back here. The loading dock has a place where you could pull in a truck and load things on. And then if you keep going to the end of the alley, you come to kind of a brick wall where there are some dumpsters. And then you can tell that over to the side of that brick wall leads into the property of another company here in this industrial park. So that's
I thought the reservoir was behind the building.
The reservoir is also back here, but it would be like, okay, if you walk up to where the dumpsters in the wall are, hopping directly over the wall would drop you onto another company's property, but kind of taking a diagonal to your right, kind of past the wall, would take you over to where the reservoir was, and like kind of like a little reservoir path. Okay.
I think I get it. Is this a private reservoir, or is it like, public access?
I think that the deal is that it's not a place where people would kind of play or hang out. It's like in the middle of this industrial park. So, it all the companies here in a kind of a very like new wavy kind of tech company way have set up like little tables, and there's like a nice little walk where people could walk along the reservoir and stuff when they are taking breaks and things like that.
Got it.
And in order to see those things, I'm going to say that in order to notice all the things I just told you, you probably had to kind of really walk all the way up to that wall and kind of lift yourself up and over and take a look around. But you had a good stealth roll, so I'll allow you to do it on that stealth roll. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll go back to the van and report back and see what's going on with Chet.
Okay. Chet.
Yes.
Where are we at? What do we want to do now?
Okay, they walk away. The coworkers were looking at me, and I just sort of give them like, hi guys. Where is the frog woman?
She is one of the people that's kind of eyeing you now. Her and her like male friend.
I give her sort of a like, not like a sexy smile, like super seductive, but like very like I have paid attention to her and I'm making eye contact with her.
Okay. And she kind of walks up. She sort of responds to your smile and says, "Hi."
Hey.
Baroness Black.
Baroness Black. Oh, that's a great name. I am Johnson McChet.
She's got like dyed black hair. She looks like she really tries hard to have a personality, if that makes sense.
And I said, "You seem so interesting."
She's like, very funny. So you're new here, new at the mill?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, between you and me, I don't really love it. But, I mean, we all have to make a living, right? But sometimes I feel like I, sort of chose the wrong thing to do with my science career.
Right. I know, right? I mean, like, all I do is measure powder all day.
I know. It's like weighing, measuring, mixing. I have a PhD and I feel like I'm just like cutting things up like an old fashioned drug dealer. You know what I'm saying?
Hashtag people who don't know science talking about science is what this scene is. But it is a thing where she's, it seems like you're getting her to open up a little bit. Why don't you give me some kind of roll to see how much of a friendship you can strike up here?
Do we want to do sex appeal, or I could do sex appeal, like sort of be like kind of like flirty.
Okay, so you are trying to seduce Baroness Black.
Seduce just in terms of like a flirtation friendship. I'm not trying to bed her at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and you can roll.
Okay, and that's 14. Sex appeal is 14, as you would expect. Nice. 9.
Okay. She is laughing at your jokes and she thinks that you're really fun. And she's like, we better get back to it. Are you ready to come check out the lab?
Yeah, totally. There was a big mix up with security. Do you mind buzzing me in? Is that okay? I mean, I know that the company policy, but this company, right?
Of course. So she throws her coffee mug into a sink that says, please wash your dishes. She doesn't wash it.
Cool.
And then, this is a rule breaker. Okay. And she walks out of the dining room and over to the hand pad, puts her hand on it. You hear a seal go off, and then there's like a tone, like a quietly, and she opens the door into what I would call a sort of a room where to one side there are lockers and places where people can put on various like lab coats and things like that, and like gloves and things like that. And then beyond that, there's a little chamber. So to your right, that's where all those lockers and things are. And then in front of you, there's kind of like a clean chamber where they have to kind of wash off before they go in. And she is going all the way through. And she's...
I like just mimic her energy and sort of walk the same way, with the same energy she is.
Okay, you go into through the clean room where you kind of quickly like kind of dust off on your gloves and you kind of like make sure that you didn't carry anything in with you. And are you said that you researched how to do these kinds of things, and I rolled for you earlier, and the truth is that you failed that roll.
Not surprised.
So she kind of like looks over at you and you don't know what you're doing in the clean room. Like you're not following like the basic standard procedures for something like this. And let's just see if she's smart enough to ask the right question. She is. And she asks you, what are you doing?
I mean, what are we all doing here, right? I mean, we're just trying to make a living. It's like what we're all here for is just to do a job. You know what I'm saying? Like some of us it's money, some of us it's passion, but for me it's just money, you know?
She's like, you're not supposed to be here, are you?
Yeah, no. Okay, I get very like, listen, I'm not, but I'm actually a reporter trying to break a story about Amontillado. Now, I understand that you might not be happy, but I'm really trying to just break it. So, look, I won't blow your cover as someone who's not super happy here. If you don't blow mine as someone who's trying to do the right thing.
And she's like, I knew it. And then she points at like your cell phone sticking out of your pocket. And she's like, oh my God. Okay, follow me, doctor. And then she heads through into the lab.
Wow.
I will say I am impressed with myself for coming up with that.
So you go through into the laboratory area, and let me tell you what you're looking at in there. It's a very big open room. Okay, it's also got a kind of a pentagonal shape to it. The room, it has 4 large stations, which are like big giant tables with like stools around them. Some of these big giant tables have like computers on the corners of them so people can log data. Along the wall, there is a big giant drug cabinet. And I mean, it is huge with like all these different doors, each with a padlock that you have to use to like open that particular drawer. And then there's also kind of a big staging area for packaging along the wall too, where they would put things into, measure them out, put them into like various bottles or like boxes to send down the stairwell. You can see that there are already a bunch of boxes lined up beside the stairwell, which is in the back corner of this room as well.
Stairwell going down, right?
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Only going down. Yeah.
Okay.
And then above all of this has a giant. There's also a giant bay window that looks out on the reservoir. Very beautiful, very pleasant work environment with that light streaming in and that beautiful view. And there's also a skylight in the ceiling that's letting in a tremendous amount of light and looks really beautiful. And then if you take like a hard left after you come in, like if you take a left and then left again, you see that there's like a library, and it's in like kind of a room that's kind of got just glass walls, so you can look in at people who are like pulling like drug manuals and like various like research and stuff like that. And then there's another room that doesn't have glass walls that you're not sure what that room is. It's just a closed door.
Okay. Do you want to know what I do next, or is that?
Oh, and I want to just tell you one other thing. There are 3 scientists in here right now going about their work, in addition to you and Baroness.
Okay. So I'm trying to like. I sort of like. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna suggest you go to the computer, and using the camera, I want to find the recipe for the drug to at least have that, because if we can't steal it, I at least want to know how to cure.
We're trying to steal a sample, or are we trying to steal the whole supply?
Dr. Prospero says, a sample. We just need a sample.
Okay. All right. I said to Baroness, like, look, if I'm going to break this wide open, I need to use that computer. I am a master hacker.
You should ask for a sample. Just get a sample from her.
This might be over quick.
Yeah, right.
Look, the game is set up to be played any way that, any way that works can work. I just created a situation. Okay. So if for some reason Chet does pull this off all by himself, that's interesting too, right?
Poor Bullethead's got that shotgun.
I got brass knuckles and a big knife.
The accents and everything.
Sitting in the van all day.
Okay.
Don't get into any schools.
Dr. Prospero looks at Roberta and Bullethead and is like, why did I pay the 2 of you?
All right. So I go to...
I'm getting paid either way. Is that Australian? I'm just trying to get in the neighborhood.
He was born in England, but then he went to school in Australia, so he has a very mixed accent.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm like, if I'm gonna break this thing wide open, I need your help, Baroness. I need someone who cares. I need you to tell me about PIM 34.
I mean, what do you want to know? It's probably not safe to talk in here.
Is there somewhere safe we could talk?
Maybe after work?
Come up with a cover story to get us all in there.
I have some other friends who are reporters, a cameraman and a woman in a car.
He's just going...
Could you help? And I'm being serious. I'm smiling right now, but in this conversation, I'm being serious. Could you help us get in? Because this might save the world. And I'm very earnest, and I'm almost like romance movie earnest, like in a shitty romance movie. Like, this could save the world, Roberta.
I don't know how you got in here. I can't risk us all getting arrested by letting 2 more people in here. Maybe after hours, but right now it's too risky.
Yeah, after hours.
Okay, after hours it is. I'll meet you in the parking lot at 6:30 p.m. And then I do like a wistful like touch on her wrist.
She's like, okay, be safe. And she goes over to her colleagues.
Okay. I sort
get
of
her phone number.
Oh yeah, get her
them digits, bro.
Listen, man. I don't mix business and pleasure until the business is over.
Now's probably a bad time to tell everybody watching that this is really just a dating sim for Mike.
Yeah.
We're trying to teach Mike how to talk to women. And
Now, can you tell me what a woman scientist would do?
Remember, when talking to women, always lie about what your job is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mike, you, what is Chet going to do? Is he now going to exit and prepare for the rendezvous?
Yes.
Okay.
So Chet, Chet's like, we have an inside person, like sort of like, so make sure they get the information if they didn't hear it. And then I'm slowly sort of like, not slowly, like awkwardly, just sort of like being like, oh man, I forgot my keys. And I sort of like walk towards it like I'm leaving normally.
Okay. I think that you successfully infiltrated. So I'm going to say that you get all the way back to the van, and Dr. Prospero is like, excellent job. The PIM 34 is as good as ours.
Okay, don't love the energy, but just so you know, we have to pretend to be reporters.
No problem. I can pretend to be a reporter.
All right, guys. And I'm like, all right, I've done my part. What are you doing?
Well, you're going to meet with Baroness Black, Dr. Black at, like you say, 6 p.m.? Is that what you said?
6:30 p.m. But I don't know if anyone else wants to prepare anything.
What time is it now?
I'm going to rule that it is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So you each have 5 hours to split up and get this. You get an extra little bit of prep time. So would anybody like to do something in that 5-hour block?
I would like to get an overcoat and hat to play up the reporter thing, almost like, like in like JFK. Like I want to like really play this up so she's really convinced I'm a reporter. Like, you know what I mean? When it's like, you can't tell anyone. Here, manila folder type.
I think that is super possible, and so that is done. You if I ask you to roll disguise later, you'll get bonuses to it. You put on the right look. Roberta, is there anything that she'd like to do in the
She would love to figure out telephone lines to the building to cut before the heist, so that no one can call out, as well as ideally, this is my use of the gadget. Create a thumb drive that Baroness can use to ruin the cameras.
Okay, so you're going to use your gizmo to create a thumb drive that you can insert into a security terminal, and it what does it do? Does it spoof the cameras?
It creates the loop of what the cameras would be showing at all times.
Okay, is gizmo is that a skill that you have?
It is not a skill. I have engineering, electronics,
operations. It's an advantage that you have, right?
It's an advantage, yes.
Okay, yeah. In GURPS, people have skills that you roll on to see if you can do things, and advantages which just automatically give you the benefit. I'm going to roll, since your character has the gizmo advantage, that you just have this thing now. You spend the afternoon creating this thumb drive, which once it goes into a security terminal, will spoof the cameras. Okay.
Great.
And Bullet Head, what would you like to do with your 5 or so hours before the rendezvous and the heist in earnest?
I'm going to go to a local fence I know, and I'm going to procure a professional television camera, like not, one that would, I'm not just going to like, PC Richard or whatever, getting like something that looks like a real piece of equipment. And I'm also going to get a Pelican case, like a camera guy case, which is where I'm going to keep all of my weapons.
Okay, excellent.
It's not really a disguise. It's just like what I need to literally, I have a disadvantage, which is obvious criminal.
I won't have anything to you in then.
I just look like a criminal. And status -1, obvious criminal. So I'm not going to not look like an obvious criminal, but I look like an obvious criminal holding a camera and a Pelican case.
Okay, so at 6:30, a couple parking lots away, Baroness Black meets you guys. You get out of your van, and there stands Bullet Head in all his criminal glory with his equipment.
Look at this.
Oh my God! my helper is trying to show a character sheet, and I don't know how successful that was, but it would show that you have obvious criminal on your sheet there, Bullethead.
Yes.
So Baron
Right.
looks at Bullethead when he gets out of the van, and you see her eyes go wide. And then Chet and Roberta also, and the doctor climbs out of the van. He's sitting there. He's like a little weaselly man, about 5'2", and he has like a fanatical smile on his face. And she goes, "So, what publication did you guys say that you work for again?"
The Intercept.
Oh, I'm glad you said that and not like Vox or Vulture. Okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, "And tell me more about the story. Like, are we really going to take down these motherfuckers?"
That's my hope. But you're the key piece. I need to know what's going down on the inside. I need details from you.
What do you want to know? I'm ready to talk.
What is PIM 34?
It's a very experimental, psychoactive narcotic. I am not senior enough to even have access to the materials.
Who is senior enough to get access to the materials?
One of the senior scientists on the team, or possibly Tom Legea.
I met Tom Legea.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, where can we find them? Oh, where can we find them? I need to interview them.
Well,
Work release.
they might be gone now, since it's after hours. But well, we could go in and see if Tom's still there. If you talk to him, I'll lose my job. Like, I want to fuck with these guys, but you know, I've got student loans. I can't lose my job right now.
And
Listen,
go ahead.
Baronessa, woman to woman.
Barney.
Barney, thank you, Ferdy. Barney. We really need to do this. There's no reason that the drug company should be, making a profit on this. The world needs this, and I don't want to scare you, but I've seen you on Reddit, and I also love Game of Thrones, and I think if you help us out, how far can you get us?
You found me on Reddit?
I did.
I'm sort of behind her, like Baroness being like.
And then she goes, "So I'm a total fucking Circe. Come on, let's do this."
Okay, first things first. We're gonna have you go in, and I'm gonna need you to put this thumb drive into the main security, the security camera computer.
They don't let me go behind the security desk. I'm a scientist. I'm not one of the guards.
Didn't think of that.
I'll say, you wouldn't have a problem if I did it. You will have a problem if I did it.
Look,
So
if
getting
you, guys
Australian.
if you guys need to get into the lab, I can use my palm print to get you into the lab. But yeah, you need to take out the cameras first.
Well,
Okay. I can try to stealth in past the cameras, or is that going to be really difficult because they have a really good.
It's
They
gonna
have
be
good
difficult. Look, so you guys, so what's your plan? You think the best way would really be for her to put that thumb drive into the security terminal? So she says that the problem is that there's a security guard at the desk who's going to see her do that.
all right.
I will
There's a
create a
security guard
distraction.
still there.
There's
Yeah.
a-
One of us should create a distraction, whether it's me or Bullethead. I think one of us could create a distraction that gets the guard to leave the building. I'm saying this to the people outside. Like, we need to create a distraction that gets the guard out of the building, so one of us can go in and put the drive in.
Okay. I have. Okay. I'll do my flashback.
Okay, great.
Great.
Ready? Okay. My flashback is, in preparation for this job, I contacted some of my underworld associates, as I often do, and ask them to be lurking around to provide me backup should things go sideways. And I've got, can we say a walkie-talkie or something like that? Is that too much?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I got a way to communicate with them. It could be one of these, like give them a whistle and whatever, like hand signals.
If it were the 1930s and you were Jimmy Cagney, it would probably be a whistle.
Okay.
But I think
So
I think a walkie-talkie is no problem.
Okay, so I got a walkie-talkie, and so they're just like sort of lurking around by the back, you know what I mean, casing the joint and watching to see what happens. And so I communicate with them that they should go start a distraction with the security guard in back.
Okay, so your boys Vapor and Wombat, they kind of go out in front of the building with and they just start throwing beer bottles at each other and getting into a fake fight in front of the building. You guys have moved the truck now, or the doctor has driven the truck up to where you were watching the building before. And you are watching Vapor and Wombat have this kind of fake tussle in front of the building. And suddenly you see the heavyset 40-something security guard from earlier come running out of the building and start shouting at them.
The one from the front who Chet talked to earlier.
No, the one from the loading dock, the older guy that you'd never really interacted with.
Okay, got it. Well, in that case, we should drive around to the loading dock. We could just drive the van back there. Could we not?
Is that how you want to go in?
Thoughts?
I think that's how we go in, but we do need Baroness to turn off the camera so that no one sees it.
Okay.
So can she go in now? Can Baroness go in the front door while the guard's gone and put
No, the guard is gone. It's from the back, not from the security terminal in the front.
The doctor's like, quick, decide, what do we do?
Okay, I'm asking this outside of the moment. Is there a guard at the front desk where we want to put this in? Yes or no?
Well, it looks like, so you can see the lobby brightly lit, and it looks like the guard that was at the desk has run out of the building to talk to Vapor and Wombat, Bullet Head's criminal.
Okay, got it. So both guards have come out. Just want to be 100% clear on this.
You don't see any guard except for, it looks like the older guy in his 40s who you didn't interact with earlier has come out of the main lobby to talk to these two dudes.
Oh, okay, got it. So he used to be in the back, but right now he's in the front and he's come out.
Sorry, and I acknowledge that's confusing, but
that was my confusion. Okay,
looks like he's moved to the front desk and he is now come out into the parking lot to yell at these two dudes.
Okay, so I want to try to intimidate her to go do it now.
Great. Roll intimidate.
Okay. I have, I'm just really brusque about it. I'm like, all right, this is the plan. It's the moment. Go. Right. I fail.
She is just laughs in your face and is like, you can't scare me with your big muscles and your tattoos and your fucking ugly fucking face, you fucking brute. And she gets right up in your face and she's like,
I slide in between them and I go,
okay, I have
so nice.
I have disadvantage bad temper.
Oh,
so
God.
I steam and I grab her by the throat and I say, listen to me, you do what I say right now. I feel bad in real life for violence against a woman, but I do have the bad temper disadvantage.
Okay.
And I need to stop this.
What she does now is she takes your hand and carefully takes it off of her. And she goes, I'm not doing this for you, you fuck. And she walks in to go do it.
Oh,
I think I'm going to ask this woman out.
Bullet head.
So if you're watching, this chick has weird politics, and that's why she's doing it. Don't hit people to get what you want. We're not trying to glorify that, but these are awful criminals. Okay.
Yeah. So no. That wasn't trying to get what he wants. That's just literally on the character sheet. So.
Adam really does ruin everything.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No, nothing's ruined. I guess what I'm saying is this chick probably thought that was really exciting, and now she's really having a good time. So
Got it.
she double times it into the building, and she goes right past where the security guard is yelling at your friends, and you see her go into the building. And a little bit later, you can see her really far away, going like this by the security desk.
Yeah.
It's in.
Oh.
We're in.
We're in. We have
Hey.
the cameras.
Now let's go in.
So now
Yes.
we go in.
Yes,
All of
it's the center. Okay.
Can
Can I go to the bathroom before
go
we enter? I'll be real quick.
Okay. Adam is going to take a pee break. I think everybody, if you'd like to take 2-3 minutes, let's do that. And we'll be back in just 1 second.
BRB.
Hey, so I guess this is a good opportunity for me to take a little bit of time to tell you that we are going to try to keep doing this stream every Sunday and Wednesday. I think we're going to try to do it every Sunday around 1:30 and every Wednesday around 8 p.m. at night. We're going to keep the games to about 2 to 3 hours. So this one is actually getting close to its climax, if you can believe that. And if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Stream of Blood, and do all the subscribing on the Twitches or whatever, wherever else you found us. Join the Facebook group. And please leave a comment requesting games you'd like to see us play. And I'm going to do this as long as I possibly can. I don't know if I'll be able to do it forever. Right now, during our terrible quarantine, I have lots of time on my hands. And so I'm going to do it as much as I can. But thank you if you're watching. I don't even know how many people are watching. Can I even tell that? 21. So, this was a good kind of small test today. And if you enjoyed it, let other people know. Retweet us when we say we're about to go live. And we promise we'll give you more advance warning next time we do it. Okay, I have Robert. Yeah. I thought I heard someone's dryer going earlier. Oh, I see the question. Are they going to be one-shots or more like an ongoing campaign? So for a while, I'd like to do one-shots so that anybody that tunes in can just follow the story and they don't need to have watched 7 other streams to get what's going on. But at a certain point, I think we could make it so that both streams in 1 week are like a 1 and a 2, part 1 and part 2 of a story. So maybe you just needed to tune in that week.
I'm back.
I think that whoever's running my chat feed is contradicting with me. So clearly our plans are still pretty fluid, but I do think it'll be one-shots for a little bit until we kind of figure out how it's working. Welcome back, Adam.
Thank you. I ate a banana.
Bananas are good for you. I'm going to bring it back to this. What are all my options here? Oh, that's pretty. I like that. All right. Robert's drinking a beer. How much alcohol are you consuming during your quarantine, Robert?
In a week, I haven't finished my 6-pack. I'm doing a lot of rationing with everything I have.
Oh, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, so I have a 6-pack of Guinness, and this is number 5.
I'm already realizing that I really, really need to cut back.
Yeah, I quit drinking a couple years ago, and when this started, I was like, "Damn, that sucks." Maybe I would enjoy it more if I was still drinking. I only occasionally have those thoughts now, but I was also like, I would be drinking so much if I was still drinking right now.
I feel the same way. Like I've cut back almost entirely on drinking, and I feel the same way.
I wait until it's night. That's my one rule, and then I'm like, oh, I'll have one, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, what, did I go to a party of one? All right.
By the way, I'm on East Coast time, so it is 6 o'clock.
Great. We are going to, yeah, exactly. No, Robert, no one is trying to abnormalize your behavior.
Thank you.
So listen, I'm going to recap very quickly. Our team of hoods: Roberta, the tech expert; Bullethead, the muscle; and Chet, the face man, were hired by Dr. Emmanuel Prospero to break into Amontillado Pharmaceuticals and steal the experimental drug PIM-34. Dr. Prospero told you that the drug is an experimental AIDS medication that this company was going to try to mark up and not make widely available to the regular public. Some of you have signed on because he says he's going to, sell the drug at a deep discount. Some of you have signed on for a $25,000 paycheck. But regardless, after Chet and Bullethead and Roberta used their various skills to kind of scope the place and get an inside man, which is the very rebellious scientist, Dr. Baroness Black, you have now spoofed the security cameras so that they are showing a loop of, an empty parking lot, empty rooms. Roberta's technology has spoofed the cameras. You have also distracted the main desk security guard. Bullethead called some of his minions to make a distraction of the parking lot. They're beating each other with broken beer bottles, and the security guard has gone to check on that. And now you and Dr. Emmanuel Prospero are all running into the building. And as soon as you run in, Baroness has the elevator door open, and she's like, "Now, come on, now."
Okay, I would have stopped Prospero from coming in, but I guess it's too late now. So let's just run right in.
It's not too late. If you want to stop him, do you want to stop him?
I also, I have a quick question.
Wait. One thing at a time. Mike, I'll get to you in 1 second.
Yep.
Do you want to, does it apply to this?
Somewhat, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I heard that the drug is a psychoactive, and I feel like I'm not dumb enough to know the difference between an AIDS drug and a psychoactive substance. Do the other two hear that? And I'm sorry, I just want to get that information before Adam moved.
Great question. I think that Roberta is aware of it because it came up in her research, and I don't know if Bullethead cares, but I think we can assume that they are all aware that this place seems to specialize in a different type of drug than Dr. Prospero told you.
Gotcha. Okay. So I know he's lying.
Yes. And Bullethead, what were you going to say? Would you like?
I was going to say Bullethead's objection is that the client doesn't go on the job. That's like, I don't like you looking over my shoulder. That's weird to Bullethead because he's a professional. He's like, we're the team. Prospero should wait in the van. But if we've already run and he wouldn't have the conversation on the run. He would do it before we went. So it depends on where you want to rule if we could have that conversation before we went inside.
I think that you've had plenty of time to have the conversation. So earlier I think you could have one re-roll because you decided to adopt a Cockney accent, which upped the fun factor by 78.
I get it.
Instead of a free re-roll, I'm giving you a free flashback.
Okay. Wow.
You must do the scene in your worst Cockney accent.
Okay.
It starts with the doctor getting his stuff together. He's getting a little case, chemistry set together, and he's like, "And I'm coming too."
Okay. So Bullethead puts his hand on his shoulder and squeezes, and he can feel the bones grind inside. And I say, "No, you're not." Lifts him up, puts him in the driver's seat of the van, buckles him in, and says, "You wait here, and then look for our signal and then drive around back, and we'll meet you at the loading dock."
I think you need to roll an intimidation skill.
I think I do.
Actually, why don't I roll it for you? What's your score?
It's 10, but it says conditional -2 from reputation merciless killer when your reputation works against you. I don't quite understand if that would be I would think that my reputation as a killer would make me more intimidating in some cases and less intimidating in others, and I would imagine in this case it would make me more intimidating.
I agree. So if you are normally a 12, I'm going to give you actually bonus 2, 14. Is that correct?
It's actually a 10. I'm going to be scrupulous. I have normally a 10, so it would be...
so it's a 12 I'm rolling against. Yeah. And the thing is, you've told the doctor what he's supposed to do. Let's see if he does as you ask him. Okay, I'm not going to tell you, but for now, he just sits fuming in the driver's seat of the van as you guys run in, and that's the end of the flashback. Let's cut back to Baroness is holding the elevator door open, and she's like, now, come on.
Okay, so we run in the elevator.
Okay, and you're all in the elevator together. Elevator scene in every movie. Girl from Ipanema plays, and then the doors come open, and you are at the lab level. And she's like, "Okay, I can't stand here with you. I've got to make myself scarce. I can't lose this fucking job, but I want you to take these motherfuckers down."
And I give her a dramatic kiss.
Oh,
roll on that.
roll seduction.
All right, seduction is
appeal.
Again, sex appeal, 14, my highest score. That is going to be a 16. I failed.
Okay. She okay, here's what happens. She hits the keypad.
Kara Clank says in chat, Drucker, you horn dog.
Okay.
I'm playing my character.
Here's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, the character's doing it.
Okay.
Hey, I kissed the lady.
She uses her hand to first slap your face as hard as she can. Then she uses the same hand to open the door. She gives you all a look like, "God damn you fools," and then gets back into the elevator to go down. The lab level is now open.
Okay. I like her.
You and I are both going to fight over this woman later.
Okay. What do you want to do now?
All right.
Is there anybody on the lab? Just like case the look around. Is there any movement? Is there anybody up here? Sorry to cut you off, Dean. But
no, that's okay. You're in that little area with the locker room and the little clean room beyond, and there are windows that look through the clean room into the lab. And from your not super advantageous POV, you can't see anybody inside the laboratory.
Okay.
And it looks like there are lights on in there, but they are kind of, night running lights. You know what I mean? Like it's like minimal light.
Yeah. And the lab, I just want to make sure I got it. The like cleaning area, and then the lab is like that's what's past the handprint.
So the handprint got you into the kind of locker room area.
Oh, she got us into the locker room. Okay, great.
And then beyond that is the clean room and then the lab.
Got it. Okay.
But there are windows in all those doors, so you can kind of like peer into the lab from here.
Okay, at this point, really quick, I just want to go, hey, is that Dr. Prospero suspicious to you guys in any way?
Yeah. I mean, for me at least.
All my clients are suspicious. That's why they hire me.
Yeah, I know your name's Bullethead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But he said it's an AIDS drug. She said it's psychoactive, which I think means it's like LSD. And I don't know why that would cure AIDS, but you're smarter than me, Roberta. Does that make sense to you?
It doesn't. So let me go on that computer and get all the information I can on all the test subjects and all the trials we run on it. So I go to the computer.
Okay, so you guys are going into the lab area.
Well, I want to case the locker room. I just want to can I do a search in the locker room to see if there's anything just like it's pretty cursory. It's like, is there anything in it that warrants further investigation?
When you do that, you find that there are, if you wanted to take them or use them, sort of like chemical resistant suits, like that would that filter your air and protect you from acids or any kind of like damaging thing like that. And I'm also going to rule that they would add a damage resistance of 2 to your entire body.
And so are they full body hazmat suits? Like
they are, yeah. And they'll take a little bit of time to get on. So I would rule that it might take you almost like 15, 20 minutes to get these on right now. They are that complex.
Man, is there a reason that we'd want to do that? I mean, it's is it that kind of lab where people are constantly wearing suits like that, or?
Chet went in earlier and it looked like people were open air, walking around, talking like in just lab coats and like button-up shirts.
Okay, I think leave them for now. I don't know what you guys think.
But there's, I think I'm saying
you want to disguise yourself.
I also, are there people? I'm sorry, are there people in the lab past the cleaning area?
You do not see any, and it looks like it's like kind of nighttime lights in there.
Okay. There are locked rooms. I'm saying this is Bullethead. Dude, there's some locked rooms, so we might need those later. I don't know if we need them now.
Okay. How hard? They're like these are big though. These are heavy.
They're not heavy. They just, it takes time to get pull them on.
Yeah. Okay. So
What if one of us put a suit on while the rest of us scout out and get information?
It should be the smartest of us.
It should be the disguise guy.
It should be the disguise guy.
It should be the disguise guy.
Yeah.
Johnson McChat.
So
Okay.
I put on the hazmat suit, and I'm pretty good with disguises, so it's not that difficult.
Okay, so he puts on the suit. Roberta and Bullethead go in the lab, and Bullethead does okay, so he tosses the camera to the side because we're not doing that cover story anymore. Mm-hmm. Opens up the Pelican case, pulls out his knife, which he holsters here, and his sawed-off shotgun, and then walks through the lab like doing casing the joint kind of thing, to make sure there's nobody around a blind corner, and to get all his angles in the room.
Going into the lab, it is quiet, and you can look out at that big bay window that looks out over the reservoir, and you see the lights from the various other office park buildings kind of glistening yellow on the reservoir. And in here, it is kind of like night lights, just like these kind of like soft yellow running lights under the various cabinets and things that just kind of are on. You do notice a security camera that Chet didn't notice earlier, but you figure that has been spoofed by Roberta's clever little magic thumb drive. So, what would you like to do? As I said before, in this level, there is a giant drug kind of cabinet with many different doors with different keypad locks on them. There is a locked stairwell door where they take packages down. There's a package staging area where they kind of put things in bottles and in boxes. There are 4 big tables with flat screen computers on them. And then there is, in addition to the clean room, there is a door into the a library with a bunch of books and files on the shelves, and a door which you can't really tell what's inside of it. It's just kind of a shut door on the wall.
So we're in the clean room. The stairs that go down, that looks like that goes to an exterior exit. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it seems like it goes to an exterior exit or to down to a place in level 1 you haven't been to.
What kind of lock is on that door?
It looks like it is not a keypad lock, that it's operated by some kind of just a mechanical lock, like a key.
Normal key. Okay, great. Is it a deadbolt?
It is not but yeah, it's a heavy lock. It's about as heavy as you can get.
Okay, got it. All right. So, can I go listen at the door that we don't know what it is? There's no window into that room.
There is no window into that room, and listening at it, you just hear kind of a low hum that sort of seems to permeate the entire lab. I
try the door handle, just lightly.
It opens easily. And inside you see a bunch of emergency kind of cleaning tanks that you would use to fire extinguisher, spray down chemicals and stuff like that. It's kind of like an emergency closet if anything were to go wrong in here.
Okay.
I would love to go to the computers, one of the flat screen computers, turn it on, do a command space bar, and search for PIM, whatever the number was.
Okay, PIM 34. And you I may have given it 7 different numbers during this time, but I'm pretty sure it's PIM 34. So go ahead and give me a computer operation roll, my friend.
All right, level 14, and I'm rolling 14.
Okay, so you succeeded, and you find that PIM. You do find kind of a list of all their drugs and. Where they're located in their kind of storage here, and you do not see PIM 34. But what you do see is several that are labeled special projects, and they don't have any other information, like no drug name or anything on them.
How many special drugs are there?
There are 3.
Okay. Just take one of each, I guess.
So are you looking in the computer or are you looking in the cabinet?
I'm looking in the computer.
You're looking at the computer index that tells you, like, it basically tells you what drug is in which drawer.
All right, I'm just gonna be like, you tell me where to go. So like, I'll just do whatever Roberta tells me to do at this moment.
Right, and so you're not sure. You've identified the 3 drawers that are like special project drawers, but you're not sure like what the keypad code is to get in and which one is PIM 34.
Right. Okay.
Any ideas? If you need an idea, I can allow you to roll your IQ at -4.
Is that just Roberta or anyone?
I'll do it. My IQ is 14, IQ -4, rolled 11.
So no, you failed.
Yeah.
So you're like, guys, it's one of these 3 drawers. Then so there's this big giant cabinet that dominates one entire wall. So there's like the room comes to kind of like a point, and then one side is like the big bay window, and this entire side of the room is this huge drug cabinet, and it's got like these big, like you'd have to use 2 hands to pull them out drawers. And you've identified 3 drawers, one on top of the other, that are special projects, but you don't know which one is PIM 34. And right now, some of you might think, oh man, it might have been a good idea to bring along the doctor right now, who seems to know a lot about drugs.
Doctor, the guy I said to stay inside.
Yeah. So, come up with a plan. See what you can do. I can tell you that you've been up here for about 5 minutes right now, and who knows how long you can stay up here without getting in trouble. The clock.
Yeah. Are there keypads on the drawers? Is that how they open, or is that what you said?
There are keypads on the drawers. Yes.
And that unlocks them. And you said there are numbers associated with the drugs on the computer?
Right. So on the computer, there's an index of all of the drugs that are worked on here. It would give you information about that drug in its file. And it would also maybe give you like the keypad to get in and things like that. But unfortunately, you don't know which they are. There's like I haven't been clear, so I'll be more clear. You need some sort of access code to look at these special project files.
Got it. Okay. If I look out the window, where is the van?
Well, the window that is here on the lab level only looks out at the reservoir. It doesn't look out at the other side of the building at the van.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, but wait. Give me an observation roll.
Okay. I fail it. I 8 and I rolled 13.
Okay, yeah, you don't notice anything else in terms of van location or your eye lines up here in the lab level.
Got it. So I told Dr. Prospero that if we signaled him, he was to drive around back, but we didn't say what that signal was.
Well, I mean, come on. We're trying to simulate an adventure story here, not like catch you out on technicalities. So you guys have established a signal, okay?
Okay. All right. So we could signal him to go around the back, and then we try to go down these steps, try to like break this lock, and then go get him and bring him up. But that seems pretty convoluted and dangerous.
I will say common sense tells you, Adam, that around the back seems like where this stairwell leads down to.
Yeah, okay, good. That's what I assumed.
What are in the boxes? What are in the boxes that are prepared for delivery? Can we look into the boxes?
Yes. You can. And can someone give me a quick search or investigative roll?
Can we all search? Can the both of us search? I'll search, but
I'll search as well.
I failed my search.
I passed my search.
I passed my search.
This is really, really smart, guys. They have incredible security that you need special passcodes to get into this drug locker. But right there, ready for shipment tomorrow morning in a bunch of boxes, are like 20 bottles of Pim 34.
Okay, great. So I grab my Pelican case, and I stuff as many of those into the Pelican case as I can.
And at that point, the skylight above you shatters, and a dark figure with a cape trailing behind him falls down through the skylight, lands in front of you on top of one of the tables. On his head, he is wearing a raven mask with like feathers on it and like weird dead raven eyes. And he is swinging some kind of thing on the end of like a little rope.
Okay, I shoot him with my shotgun. I whirl around and shoot him with the shotgun.
First, what we do is we start a combat, and we're going to go in dex order. So, can I hear what your dexes are?
My dex is 12.
12 for me as well.
DX is 10.
12 for Chet, 12 for Bullet Head. And 10 for Roberta.
DX.
And unfortunately, this guy, whoever he is, goes first. And what he does is he says, "Nevermore."
Oh, come on. And that's what my character says. My character says, "Oh, come on."
And then
Chet doesn't know the reference.
He's seen The Simpsons.
he swings this thing on the end of a long like line, and there's something shiny on the end of it, and it goes right at Bullet Head's face. Let's see if it works out for our friend here. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Just gotta find the skill here. Okay. And it is a success. There is some sort of like little blade. It looks like a little kind of crescent moon on the end of this thing, and it slices right into you, Bullet Head, to the tune of...
Hey, Jared, I'm jumping in. GURPS has active defenses. Bullet Head can dodge. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you.
Bullet. that was great.
Thanks, God.
Thank you.
that was really great. I really like that.
Actually,
Adam, I forgot to tell you, you can use your active defense. Would you like to try to dodge?
Wait, so active defense, does that mean I lose an action at some point, or?
No, it just means anytime someone attacks you, you can use an active defense, but you can only use it once per like round of everybody going.
Got it.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Then I will attempt to. I also have high pain threshold, but maybe that just happens if I get hit. So I will try to dodge.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And how do I? Oh, sorry. What is my roll to dodge?
It will be whatever your dodge score is, which should be on your sheet.
I see parry. I see block.
You see where it says encumbrance, move, and then dodge?
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah. Okay, so I have to roll under a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I fail.
Okay, so okay, so then the little crescent moon, like little pendulum, swings by and slices into you, doing damage to your character. And let's see how much damage that it does. And it does 10 damage to your character.
Does high pain threshold help me out in any way with this, or no?
It does, because what'll happen is normally if you took that much damage in a round, you would be stunned next round, and you'd take huge penalties to your rolls. But because you have high pain threshold, you ignore that. I'm going to roll to see where this got you. And this got you in a leg, in your leg. So
okay.
He's basically sliced your leg. I'm going to rule that your speed is way lessened. You're kind of limping now. And that's...
Oh, fuck!
Yeah. And so now this guy is sitting there on the table, like still swinging his weird bola thing with the blade on the end of it. And we come to Bullet Head's turn.
Okay, so Bullet... Oh, fuck you! And shoots him with the shotgun.
Okay, great. Give me a shotgun roll.
Okay, so it's just the level of shotgun. Is there anything else I should know about it? No. Well, I just want to make sure I got attack, move, and attack. I'm just making sure that there's nothing, because this is my first time ever doing combat in GURPS. If there's any other options, I'm looking at these combat cards. It's really just attack, right? I'll just
guys, I'm being told by my helper that we're actually supposed to go in speed order instead of dex order. But but you know what? Unless the players really want to change it right now, I say we stick with this.
Yeah, let's stick with it.
Initiative.
No, this was good. Okay, so I'll blast him with the shotgun. Do I have any other actions or anything like that? Like how do actions work? Is it like an attack and then a move, like a lot of systems do? Or?
So we printed out, or we sent you guys like a big list of like stuff you can do. They're your maneuvers, right? And like you can move and attack. You can move, double. Because we aren't playing with like a grid and we're not like really worried about exactly how many feet you've gone, basically like I'll let you one move is enough to get you into a new area. So if you just all out moved, you could go through 2 areas. Does that make sense? So if you wanted to and you wanted to just move right now, you could go into the clean room and then go into that locker room beyond it if you wanted to, right? Or you could attack and move.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is attack him and then take cover in the little, like if there's a little wall in the emergency closet that I previously opened, which is sort of where. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so I'll take my shotgun. I nailed it. I got 6, and I had to roll under 13.
Okay. He's going to try to dodge it, and because it is a shotgun, he can kind of and it's close quarters, he can kind of try to do that, okay? So he's going to try to do that. And he does succeed. So he hits the deck. Yeah, he hits the deck like off of the side of the table. He's now down on the ground, and your shotgun just blasted that table. A flat screen computer goes into pieces. The entire thing is like spread everywhere. But he did manage to get out of the way of your shotgun.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
My shotgun has under rate of fire 2 times 7. Does that mean it has 2 barrels I can shoot in one action or no?
It does.
Okay, then I unload the second barrel at him as well.
Okay, go ahead and let's fire again.
Does he have a disadvantage because he's on the ground? It feels easier to shoot him.
It does, doesn't it? Why don't you go ahead and add 2 to your attack?
Okay, I made it anyway. I got a 12 against my 13.
Okay, he already used his dodge this round, so roll your damage.
Okay, let me find that.
Actually, can I roll on the hit location table?
Yes.
Why don't you roll? Roll for me, and I'll tell you where you hit him.
How many? Oh, I see. Hit location. Wait, tell me how to do the roll. 3d6?
Just 3d6.
Okay. 8.
Okay, so get this. You hit his weapon. And I know that seems like I am fucking with you. Like I'm not, you didn't hit his body, but basically you blasted his glove. He's got these big heavy gauntlets on, and his like little spinny thing or whatever, it's gone. Like you've just like shredded it and that hand like with your like shotgun blast. Maybe he was like reaching for it and you just opened up again.
Great. Do you want me to roll damage or no?
Yeah, you can roll some damage. Yes.
Okay, so it says under damage 1d PI. What does that mean? Piercing or something?
Yeah, piercing. And 1d is just a d6.
Okay. A shotgun does 1d6. Okay, if I sawed off shotgun at that range. 2. Come on, a shotgun? Does 2?
I can't believe that the shotgun only does 1 dice. That's like
that doesn't seem right to me. Am I reading the right listing here? No, it's got to be right.
God DM, Super DM.
God DM is sending me things like Clint is sending me things like his second shot will be -3 for the recoil of the shotgun, and I'm like, oh, we're not doing a recoil right now. Are you out of your mind?
I like that we're like, this is unfair.
You forgot to account for the physics of how the ricochet would bounce. Are you out of your mind? playing GURPS Light, not GURPS Recoil, Clint.
It sounds like we're also not doing the piercing damage, which would be very helpful right now. Have fun, everybody.
How do we do it? How do we do it?
Piercing damage.
Yeah, what's the damage? Just tell us
Jared
how the
was
damage.
criticizing you, not us.
How does the damage work? We want to know about the damage. Tell us about the damage.
We want to know about piercing.
Clint, I'm sorry that I yelled at you.
Dad?
I'm just insecure about my own knowledge of the GURPS rules, and I was taking it out on you. So please come back and tell us about the piercing damage.
Well, now it's embarrassing that I'm looking it up. Stand by.
Okay, no worries.
Look, in the games I like to play, damage is damage. So you did 2 damage, and maybe in a minute I'll change that based on what Clint tells us. But let's keep the action going, okay? So this guy in a huge raven mask is like crawling around on the floor now with his cloak trailing him. He tried to grab at his weapon, and you basically shot it to pieces right out from under his hand.
Great.
Then it is Chet's turn.
And I take cover still.
Oh, yes. Were you jumping back into that closet with like the fire extinguishers?
Just sort of like behind the wall a little bit, so I have enough. No, next time I shoot, I pop out.
Understood. Okay, now it is Chet's turn.
I take one of the vials, uncork it, and blow the dust into his face.
Okay, so you're walking up, you're blowing the dust from PIM 34 into his face.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's going to be. I mean, God, do you have a blowgun skill?
I don't.
Yeah, surprising. Okay, I want you to roll. In order to get near him enough to do that and get right down into his face, I want you to roll your Dex -4.
Oh, fuck me. All right. All right. Cool. Dex -4. That's an 8.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not a success.
Okay, so basically, Chet, you have unbelievably ran over to this guy, crouched down beside him, and you're kind of trying to get an angle on his face, but he's moving around like very quickly and erratically and tactically. And so you're just kind of within striking distance of him, and you've blown the drug out of the thing, and it's kind of gotten all over the back of his cape and cowl and everything. And now it is Roberta's turn.
I believe I will go and try to heal Bullethead.
Okay, Roberta is going to run back into the fire extinguisher, like the clean closet, and you are going to do some first aid on him?
Yes, I am.
Please.
Don't do that! Fucking hit the guy!
Fuck you! What was the piercing damage? Okay.
We're never going to find out. Clint's mad at me.
I rolled a 9 and first aid is 14, so that is a success.
Okay, great. So I'm not sure how much that's supposed to return. Does it say on your skill description?
No. It says first aid TL8, level 14, IQ +0, and then a 1 next to that, relative level.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say roll 1d -2, and that's how many hit points it returns.
Okay. You said -2?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2.
2. Okay, so Bullethead gets 2 hit points back.
Can I just say, this guy sliced me. It took off 10. Shotgun takes off 2. My kicks do more damage than this. This has got to be an incorrect damage. My kick does 1d +2. It makes no sense that my shotgun would do 1d.
That's a fair criticism, Adam. But
I'm happy with what happened in the last round to have vaporized his weapon. That's fine. But I would like a ruling on whether or not there should be a couple more Ds when you shoot someone from like a couple feet away with a shotgun. That's all. It just seems it's a red flag for me of like doesn't seem right.
Has it ruined the immersion for you?
Yes, it has. It has.
Me too.
It has ruined the immersion.
Too.
Yes, it has.
Guys, I think that you need to do less complaining about the rules and more deciding how to survive.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I could sit here and go,
Say no
yeah,
more.
wow, that was a bad roll, but I'm not, look. this has gone from succeeding to surviving. So let's see if you can do it.
Yeah.
Roberta, he has healed you to 2 points. It is now my man's turn again. The caped bastard here. Yes, the Raven guy, and he is going to try to. Here we go. Let's see. He has to get up from his. He has to get up from his. He has to change posture, or he has to get up from being on the ground. Okay, so that's his move. Is he gets up from being on the ground. And his next move is he's reaching into his suit for something else. And that's his round, okay? Because he didn't have it armed already. You destroyed his weapon. So he's pulling inside of his suit to grab something else. And then it's Bullethead's turn again.
Okay. So Bullethead is going to, I think with a shotgun, I don't know how it works in the GURPS rules, but I assume after you empty both barrels, you need to reload it. So that's a little bit, too much work. So instead he's going to what's this work? All right. So he's going to all out attack, which means that he gets +4, make a single attack at +4 to hit, and can make no active defenses until next turn, and can make a move. So he's going to run at him with his let's see. Are we going to go brass knuckles or large knife? I think we're going to go brass knuckles and just punch him in the head.
Okay.
Just a real good punch him in the head.
Okay.
I have a ruling on the shotgun whenever we're ready, but we'll do it after this.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I want the ruling.
Okay, so your shotgun actually fires buckshot. You'll see that the rate of fire is 2 times 7. That's actually how many pellets. How many pellets he is hit by is based on the difference between your attack versus his active defense. So if you hit him by 2, you hit him.
Yeah. Okay.
So the answer is
how much damage did he do?
It depends on how much the guy missed his dodge by. If he missed it by 7, he took 7 dice.
Okay,
if he missed it by 2, he took 2 dice.
That's okay. So I can remember that. So he missed it by 3. He missed it by 3. So roll 2 more dice of damage, Adam.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
By the way, the chat loves Clint.
Yeah, the chat's way more into Clint than the rest of us.
No, I love Clint.
Frankly, Clint should be hosting this. I don't know.
No, I mean the chat likes Clint more than they like us. Not that they like them more than we do.
Okay. So it's 2 more. It's 2d6.
So it was 3d6 altogether. I let you roll 1 earlier. So roll 2 more.
I rolled 3 by mistake. Should I just re-roll 2? I will.
What you should do is roll 2 dice right now.
Okay. Another 9.
Okay, so you actually did 11 damage with your shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
great. All right, and now I'm running at him and punching him in the head with a brass knuckle. And I say, "This is why they call me Bullet Head," which doesn't entirely make sense, but I'm not that smart.
It makes no sense. Okay, go ahead, go for it.
Well, because it's like a bullet to the head.
No,
of a fist.
I get it.
Okay, so roll the punch. I have to roll under an 18, so I'm basically guaranteed to hit him. Which I do. I mean, I didn't critical fail. Oh, is a critical fail 3 6s or 3 1s? 3 1s, right?
A critical success would be 3 1s.
Okay, so either way, I got him.
Did you critical success?
No, I got 12.
Okay,
total.
he's going to roll to block you so that he can block some of this damage you've got coming from that. And he's using his cloak to do that. So as you come up and you punch at him, he throws his cloak, which all these black feathers come flying off of it.
Don't you mean the cloak that has the hallucinogenic on it? Because I missed and it went on the back of him.
That's true. So there is white powder on this cloak. What is your point?
Wouldn't him pulling it around him get some on his mask?
Sure.
I don't think so. So he rolls to block and he succeeds. So he's going to block some of the damage and based on his cloak here, because he succeeded with his cloak roll. So go ahead and roll your damage and I will write down how much he managed to block.
Okay. It's 1d plus 2 crushing damage, which is 3. I rolled a 1. Great.
Okay, so you rolled 1 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And can I just look? So I rolled through. I got 3 damage because it's 1d plus 2. And someone, Quirk of Art, brought up in Twitch chat that when I shot him earlier, not to keep lawyering this, but when I shot him earlier, he actually dodged the first one. He didn't dodge the second one because he already used his dodge. So remember, so I should actually have rolled 7 dice altogether because I shot him and he didn't dodge.
Okay, well, you did a lot of damage, and I'm not even quite totally understanding everything you're saying, but I think that doesn't sound right to me. So we're moving on.
Mom,
it's fine.
Mom!
I just want to let Quirk of Art know. I think they made an excellent point. Okay.
Well, no, Quirk of Art, thank you, but go ahead. Go ahead.
In that instance, we're back into the issue of recoil from the first shot to the second shot.
God damn it.
Complicated. Let's not deal with it.
Okay. Moving on.
Also, I didn't make him dodge that one. He didn't get a dodge.
That's my point. That's my point. We
I didn't
reduced the
I
dodge.
didn't give him a dodge there. I didn't reduce it by the dodge. So you did full damage with that second shot. He had it hit him in the hands. He had some armor on his hands that took it off, but you actually did a lot of damage to him. So Quirk of Art and you are wrong. All right. Moving on. Chet. Is it Chet's turn? Yes. Okay, so you did 1 damage with your
3.
You did 3. Okay, great.
I punched him in the head. Or I guess I could punch him in the arm, but it's too late. I said head.
Okay, well, he is using his cloak, and he did successfully cloak, so he did block the damage from that. Okay, so now we come to Chet.
Chet is going to go to that back door and see if it's unlocked.
The back door, it is locked.
Do I have... Let me see if I have like a lockpick skill or anything.
Not going to hit this guy?
What? I don't have any weapons. Bullethead. Your name's Bullethead. My name's Chet McJohnson. That's the difference between us. You know how when you punched him, you said that's why my name's Bullethead? Me running is why my name's Chet McJohnson.
Try to kiss him.
You don't have a punch? You don't got a punch?
I mean, my hand would get hurt more by his armor than he would. Mm-hmm. I'm trying the back door. I'm going to see if I can... I'm not going to try to lockpick it, but... You know what? I'm going to look around. Is there anything I can use? I still go back there, try the door. Is there any... And I just do a quick observation, and that's my turn.
Give me an observation roll.
Okay, let me see what my observation is. Okay, 11. And that is a 7.
One of these heavy fire extinguishers in the little like cleaning closet might allow you to bash the door off. It would require some strength rolls, but you could try it. Okay. Roberto, what would you like to do?
I would like to look through the chemicals that are available to create some kind of explosive.
Okay. So there are some chemicals out on the big like project tables. Then there are the ones that are locked up in the cabinet. And you do understand that this is a drug company and not just like a, industrial chemicals company, right?
Yeah, but I think maybe I could find if I mix 2 things and light it.
There's a guy with a raven head and a cape attacking you, so I guess anything's possible. Where are you investigating the chemicals? Out on the table or in that have already been packaged?
Let me check out the table. I don't want to fight hand to hand, so let me check out what's on the table.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. So do you have any kind of chemistry or pharmaceuticals skill?
No. I have explosives, which is why I did this.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Why don't you... now, you know what's something that I realized while we were playing is you said that you had 1 gizmo, but your character actually has 2 gizmos. So is there perhaps something else that Roberta brought with her?
Stun gun, taser.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna listen to Bullethead.
Listen to Bullethead.
Bullethead and use my Batman-style Batarang taser that I throw that attaches to the Raven, and he's paralyzed.
Okay, so earlier you said you were looking over at the chemicals to see if they could become an explosion. Then I reminded you about your gizmo, and now you're changing your action to using this. Okay, I'll allow it because people are really mad at me about that shotgun stuff.
Yes.
All right. So you pull out your taser and you fire it. I want you to make a dex roll. Do you have any kind of like pistol skill or anything like that?
No, electronics operation, but that's the best I could do.
I don't know about that. Why don't we give me a dex -4 roll? That feels fair.
Okay, so this is rolling for a 6.
Oh, come on.
All right, you know what?
I roll.
I'm going to give you it's close quarters, so I'm going to give you +2. So dex -2.
Dex -2 is an 8, and I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Yes.
You fire your taser into the side of Raven Man, and you let's bring in Clint to tell you what happens. Clint?
Hey, everybody. So, a tech level 8 taser. You're going to roll 1d -3, which is the damage, but the person hit needs to make a health -5 roll. And based on their success, something may happen.
Okay.
All right. So I'm doing 1d -3, you said?
That's the damage, but there are other effects from a taser.
I have 1.
Okay.
What?
So now we're going to make the health -5 roll.
What's his? Oh yeah, you won't tell us.
The health -5 roll was a success by 1.
Boo!
Then it does 1 damage. Goodbye.
Thanks, Clint. Okay, that's amazing. So this guy gets a taser shot into him, and he goes, but he's like still standing, kind of like shaking there. And you did do damage to him. So nice work, Roberta. And then we come back to his turn. Now he has had the opportunity to pull whatever he was pulling out of his pocket, and it's some kind of like little gold scarab thing, and he flings it at Roberta.
That's okay. Roberta's not as useful in the fight as long as Bullethead is still able to bullet heads.
And oh my God, this sucks.
Oh no, Roberta.
He missed his roll.
Oh.
So this like gold scarab goes whizzing past your head, making like a bzzz sound, and it goes right past you and ching into the wall. And now this guy's going to do a super leap to get himself out of harm's way since he just missed his attack. Flying leap. Flying leap. That is barely a success. And suddenly he just like flies upward to where he's like up on top of those drug cabinets, and he's kind of like above all of your guys' heads. It makes him maybe a little harder to hit or something. I don't know. But he's up above you right now, and that is his turn, and now it is Bullethead's turn again.
So he's just up on the cabinets. Is it actually hard to reach him?
No, I don't know why I made him do that. You could still fire at him.
Is there
I should have thought that through.
Do I need to reload the shotgun, or is it the same turn?
You need to reload it because you used your 2 shots.
Okay. Does that take a turn?
It does.
Okay, so I'm not going to do that. He's up on the thing. I'm going to
here's what being on the cabinets does do for him. It is not easy to engage him with melee right now, right? Like you would take minuses to try to hit up at his feet.
Right. Okay.
I knew I did that for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, I know you did. Okay, let me just take a look here at what these things do. All right. I want to how much does the minus? How much is the minus?
I think that it would be like a -4 to try to fight someone hand to hand when their feet are literally at your head level.
Can I get up there with a move and attack? Can I get up there with a move and attack or no?
The problem is that a climb is kind of involved.
Yeah, I have climbing skill. But yeah. Could I yank him down and then punch him in the head and then stab him with a knife? My other alternative is to reach up and try to cut his Achilles tendons with an all-out attack.
So I think that you were all the way over in that closet. So you're going to need
No. Last time I punched him in the head. I ran up to him and punched him in the head.
You're absolutely right. Would you like to do an attack against his leg? That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to reach up. I'm going to pull out my knife. I'm going to reach up, and I'm just going to try to cut his Achilles tendons on his feet.
Okay, that is normally you'd call that like a called shot, and it would be harder, but they're right perfectly at where you'd want them to be. So
Right.
what I'm going to say is they balance each other out, and I'm going to have you make an unmodified attack roll against him.
Okay. Well, I'm doing an all-out attack again, so I get +4.
That's a good idea.
So it's my knife skill +4.
Okay.
Okay. I nailed it. I got 6.
Okay.
And, against 14.
He's going to attempt his dodge, which he hasn't taken this turn. And he is going to succeed.
Give me a break when this guy's dodging.
He succeeds. He rolls. He has a dodge that's not that high, but he rolled under it by 1. So he sort of like leaps up as your knife is like going for his Achilles tendons, and you miss him with your knife.
Okay, well then I guess
it wouldn't be a boss battle. It wouldn't be a boss battle if he was easy. What would you like to do now? I think an all-out attack is your full action for that turn.
You can move up to half your move, but you can only move forward. So I'm going to say I moved forward to get to the cabinet. So, yeah.
That makes sense.
That's all I did.
Okay, that brings us to Chet. Chet.
I grab one of the heavy tanks and hit the door handle.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
I make it.
Really? Okay,
It's
so
an exact 10.
okay, why don't you do give me what is how many dice of damage do you do with a swinging blow? Do you have that on your sheet somewhere?
I do not.
Okay, for most people it's like 2D. What's your strength?
My strength is 10.
Okay, we can look this up really quickly. Give me 1 second and I'll tell you how much damage you do with a swinging blow, okay? That's the wrong book.
Hey, Jared, he does 1D.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
1D, my friend. Roll 1D damage against this thing.
3.
Okay, you've knocked off part of the doorknob on the thing, but the door still seems fast, so you have to keep going.
Okay.
Okay, and now we come to Roberta.
Can I go ahead and try to help Chet with that door?
You can go ahead and try to help Chet with that door. What are you using? What are you using to bash it, or what are you going to do?
I mean, I was going to try to lockpick the rest, but that doesn't seem to make sense now.
No.
How broken is this door handle?
A lockpick means that you probably have locksmithing skill. So if a door is half broken, you might be able to figure out how to jimmy the rest of it apart or something like that. So if you want to run up, use your move, and then do a lockpicking skill on it right now, I'll allow it.
Great. Rolling on 13, and I'm rolling... Oh my God, a 5.
Okay, great. So after Chet bashes off the door handle, Roberta sticks her fingers into where the little knob was and pulls something loose, and the deadbolt comes loose, and the door opens, and suddenly an alarm goes off. But the door is open, and the stairwell is in front of you.
Okay.
That's your turn, and now we're back to this weird caped killer. So he is going to just do a flying kick down at Bullet Head. Here he comes. He's just trying to brawl with you. Okay. He succeeds.
Okay, I cannot take any active defense because I all out attacked last time.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. He jumps down off of the cabinets with his foot first and tries to kick you in the face. Let's see what he does on the hit location table, actually, when his kick comes at you. He hits you in the torso, so he connects with like your sternum with his kick, and he does 6 damage.
Oh, a lot more than a shotgun, I guess. A kick does 6. Just fucking around. I have lost track of how much okay, so I think I lost 10 and then I regained 2. Is that right?
That sounds right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then that put me at 8, so I'm down to 2 HP.
Oh, awesome. Okay, that's not very much. Maybe he'll get to kill you. But you still have a chance to escape. You still have 2 HP. But isn't your character like he never gives up, or he's like he'll never take me alive?
He has a vow, you'll never take me alive. And he also has a bad temper, which I think would have come up by now. He's been attacking this guy.
I feel like Bullethead is not going to run.
No, Bullethead's not going to run.
All right, that's real scary and fucked up. All right, coming up next, that was my man's turn. I don't think that he's going to move or do anything. Oh, you know what else he's going to do? He did that attack. It wasn't an all-out attack, so he's going to pull something else. He's going to arm another one of his little throwy things. And now it is Bullethead's turn.
Oh, okay. How would I go about making a roll to stop him from pulling his thing, to like break his arm, if that was my goal?
I think you'd attempt to grapple, right?
Is that different from my brawling skill?
Or you know what? You would attempt to disarm, I think.
Oh, okay.
So let's have.
I don't have any skills that say anything like that in particular.
Yeah, I think that you were going to roll your brawl skill. You'll roll it at a negative because you are trying to do something very specific with it, and that is to make him drop whatever he's putting in his hand, right?
What's the negative? Just so I have a sense of how hard it is. Are you comfortable telling me that?
I think that in this, I don't mind doing that. I don't know if I'm going with the letter of the rules, but I would say a disarm feels like you guys are in close combat. I'm going to give you like a -2 on it right now.
A -2 on the, and I would still do my damage as I did that?
No, that's the other part of it, is that instead of doing damage, you would get the objective of making him drop whatever he's trying to get out of his suit.
Got it. Okay, I am going to try to punch him again.
Okay.
With the brass knuckles. Just punch him in the head. Or punch him in a way that connects. So this is against 14. I make it.
Okay.
12 against 14.
He hasn't dodged this round, has he?
No, he hasn't. Yeah.
He's at the top and he attacked you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to try his dodge. And he fails his dodge.
About fucking time.
There we go. Okay, so 1d +2 crushing damage. Or do I do location or anything like that?
Would you like to? Keep in mind the location can sometimes make your blow not exactly what you wanted it to be. You know what I mean? Like earlier it destroyed his weapon instead of just like kind of really.
Yeah, I'm just trying to incapacitate him. So I'm just trying to kill the guy. So I guess no location.
Okay, go. Just do the damage then.
5 damage.
Okay. If you choose no location, that means you're kind of hitting him in the center, like in the broadest area where he's at, right? Mm-hmm. So that's great. You have done that damage, and he goes reeling back. You really hit him hard. He's not down yet, but he is kind of like hunched over, breathing heavy now through this big raven mask.
Great.
And now it is.
And I'll go take cover again. Since I did not, since I also think I have a move, or can I just like take cover on the side of a cabinet or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, you could. So you want to run kind of like, you guys are kind of up against the cabinets fighting because remember he leapt off of it. Do you want to run over and go around the edge of one?
Yeah, I guess that's not going to disadvantage me next turn. It's just like basic tactical positioning in a fight.
I don't think it'll disadvantage you, and it actually pulls his attention away from the door, the stairwell where these guys are. So what would you like to do, Chet?
I have a disadvantage, which is overconfidence. So I'm going to look down the stairwell and then lean into my sexism and go, Roberta, get the PIM-34 out of here. Have the fire extinguisher that I have in my hand and try to blow it in the face of this dude to blind him. Temporarily blind him.
Okay, great.
Like I run in almost like, like a cowardly confidence where you're like, ah! And you like do that. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's not hard to hit with a fire extinguisher, right? They do a big, wide spray.
Yeah.
So rather than look up fire extinguisher firing rules, I'm just going to have you roll Dex to hit this guy in the face with the fire extinguisher.
Okay. Dex is 12. That is a success.
Okay. I'm going to... He already dodged, so he can't dodge. I think that he can try blocking with his cloak, though, because he hasn't done that this turn. So let's see. Wait. Clint, are you allowed to have multiple active defenses on a turn?
Depends on whether or not you have trained by a master. How good a martial artist is this guy?
He's not that good, so he doesn't get to block it either. You spray fire extinguisher foam all over his face, Chet. And then it is Roberta's turn.
I'm going to take Chet's advice and take the PIM and run down them stairs.
Okay, you're running down the stairs, and you are all the way down to the second floor at the end of your turn. Okay.
Great.
Then we come to this guy, the Raven again, and what he's going to do is he is going to rip off his Raven head, which has foam all over it, and you're looking at the most handsome man you've ever seen in your life.
Which makes me mad because I'm handsome.
Perfectly combed hair, cleft chin, beautiful face, and you guys make a halved IQ roll.
Like we roll over. My IQ is 9, so am I rolling against a 4 or a 5?
You roll against a 5.
Fail.
Okay, you don't know who this guy is, but god damn, he's a looker. And he is going to, he's like furious. He's like, ah! And he is going to attack Chet.
Yeah.
And since he had to take an action to throw off the mask, he can only do a regular attack. He can't do an all-out attack against you.
Okay.
And his attack is a success. So he punches you. And
can I try to do a dodge?
You sure can.
How do I do that again? I'm sorry.
So you should have a dodge score on your sheet. Do you see it there anywhere?
I'm looking for it. Sorry.
It's below your basic stats on the right of a little box there.
On the first page?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Okay, roll your dodge.
Success.
Okay. So he, throws a couple punches, martial arts punches, and you just like get down out of the way very quickly, Chet. And that's his turn. And now it is Bullethead's turn.
Okay. Bullethead is going to. So he's like kind of. Is he still kind of staggered?
He seems kind of staggered.
Okay, so Bullethead is going to run up and kick him in the face with one of his steel toe Hitman boots.
Go for it.
Okay, great. Let's do another. No, I'm not going to do an all-out attack. Regular attack. So against. Oh no, it should be a punch. I'm sorry, it's going to be a punch, just because I have a better chance with a punch.
Okay.
Punch in the head with brass knuckles.
Make him not handsome.
Made it. Yeah, I'm gonna punch him in his fucking handsome face, which makes me mad because I got a bad temper. I got a bad temper that this guy's so good looking. Like, oh, fuck you and your pretty face. Poof, punch him in the face. So I hit. Is he going to dodge or?
Well, I think he still has a dodge this turn. So, yeah, he's going to try. Here we go. He fails his dodge.
All right. 1D plus 2. 7.
Guys, guess what happens?
His head explodes in a shower of skull and gristle.
A bunch of blood spurts out of his nose.
Yeah.
And he hits the ground hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All around you. Bom, 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 bom. This alarm's going off. I'm going to rule that we are out of combat for right now, and I'm going to ask. I'm going to move on. I'm just going to keep going in turn order. And chat, what do you want to do now?
Well, first of all, I loosened the jar on that guy. I think we all agree. And I'm going to fucking book it out the door. I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. And I book it.
What do you guys should signal the professor? Give him a text or something.
Okay.
I run down the stairs and text the professor.
Hey Siri, text professor.
Text suspect professor. Time to go.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have done that. And now it is Roberta's turn. Roberta, you have now gotten down to the first floor, and you see the doorway that leads out to the into another area. Do you want to go through it?
I do.
Okay, let me see where that would put you out here. Okay, great. So you blow out of this doorway into a kind of a landing, and you can see that you can go down a corridor deeper into the building here on this like lobby first floor level, or there's an emergency exit out the back. Do you want to go out that way, or do you?
I would love to go out of the emergency exit. The alarm's already going off.
Okay, you burst open the door to the emergency exit. And there you see a little man about the size of the doctor, and he's now wearing red tights and has like a skull mask on, and he's got a red cloak around him.
Oh, come on.
At his foot is the security guard from earlier, and the security guard has huge boils and things coming out of his face, and he's lying there dead.
God.
And this guy in the cloak goes, "Did you get it?" Now let's go to Bullet Head.
Okay, Bullet Head is gonna snap the Raven's neck. Yeah, because he's got a bad temper. He's very mad. He's very angry about all the attacking.
I wish I were up there. I wish I were up there.
And he's also a merciless killer. So
information.
Okay.
Information. Yeah, it's not in Bullet Head's character.
To break a muscular grown man's neck with your bare hands, I need you to roll strength. No, you'd roll brawl. Roll your brawl at -4. Because you're trying to
-4.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty tough.
I mean,
it's tough.
It's tough to snap someone's neck.
Yeah. Okay. It's spinning. Okay, I did it.
You did it?
I did it. Yes.
Okay. So
I got a 9 and I had a 10.
Bullet Head keeps turning on the Raven's neck until he hears like a crack, and then the body goes really limp and starts to feel cold.
Great. And then Bullet Head, so they already took the drugs and stuff. Bullet Head grabs his shotgun and goes out the door while reloading. That's probably too many actions.
It's probably too many actions, but we're kind of out of combat now. So
okay.
What I would like to do is cut to what Roberta does when she's faced with this guy in this red mask. He's like, he's got a big skull mask. He's got a red tights and a long red cloak. And he's like, "Did you get it?"
Going to not show off that I have it. And going to try to, I mean, honestly, I'm frozen in fear. I don't know what, shit. Should I go back? Should I go to the reservoir?
Okay, you said you.
I'm going to ask, and this is Dr. Prospero. I can identify him as such.
Maybe you can't. Give me a perception roll.
All right, perception 14. Ba-da-ba, and I rolled a 9.
Yeah, this is Dr. Prospero. You can tell it's his voice and his body type.
Okay. What? Dr. Prospero? What the fuck are you wearing?
Address me by my true name, the Red Death.
Wow.
Jeez.
And by the way, like his nipples are like really hard and like the red lycra.
Wow.
Give me the PIM 34.
Red Death.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let Roberta sit there thinking about it. And now we come to Chet. Chet, you're getting down to that first floor level, and you see the emergency exit. Are you blasting out of it?
I think I wouldn't know what he had seen, and my normal instinct would be to go out the emergency exit. Yes.
Okay, and then you are greeted with the scene I have described for Roberta. So you can't really do anything yet. Just think about it, because it took you all that time to kind of get down there and blast out the door.
Gotcha.
This turn, we're going to put Bullet Head at like floor 2 if you are booking it down the stairs.
Booking it.
Okay, and so then we're going to come back to Roberta then. Roberta, do you have something that you want to do? Actually, I'm going to put Dr. Prospero into this, or the Red Death as he'd like to be called now. He's coming toward you and he's like,
Give me the drug, Roberta. Remember, we're going to save so many people.
Well, I like the idea of saving people, but I don't like that you call yourself the Red Death. My first instinct is to Google Red Death and see what results come up.
What is the Googling?
I'm going to see if you have a Facebook page.
your character is...
The techie is just always Googling?
Your character,
I feel like that is in real life what IT people do. They just Google the solution and do it.
I'll look it up for you.
That's true.
I in no way want to give it up.
Can I just set the scene? He's like, give me the drug. We're going to save the world. And you're like, hold on 1 second. You're looking at your phone to Google something?
No, I'm backing up. I'm going, no. This has to help people with HIV and AIDS.
Can I interrupt and go, and we don't have it. It's upstairs. We got this Raven guy who attacked us. We had to leave fast.
Okay, so that feels like, and it would have gone to your turn next, Chet, so that feels like a really big fast talk roll.
Okay. Okay, got to be 13. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, and he failed at knowing that you're full of shit. So now I'm going to rule that he's like turning back toward the building and he's thinking about going in. Bullethead, you are now on the bottom floor. Would you like to come out and be part of this scene as well?
Yeah, this comes right out and says, okay. Bullethead's like, okay, well, that was the wrong accent. We killed the Raven guy. We got the drug. Where's the money?
Oh, no.
I look at the Red Death and I'm like, no.
He turns back to you guys and he's like, you lied to me. And then suddenly like weird wisps of like chemicals start to come out of his gloves and he starts to move toward Roberta. And now we are going to go in speed order. So can you guys tell me your speeds? We're going to do it right this time.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Bullethead didn't hear the lie.
That's fair. 6. I have 6. My speed is 6.
Wait, where's speed?
Where's speed again?
Oh, there it is. 6.5.
Okay, Chet is 6. Bullethead is 6.5.
Where's my speed?
It should be like right beside your basic move. It should be right under your attributes. It says basic speed. It's right
there.
above.
It is 5.25.
Okay, great. And so you go last. Red Death goes after Bullethead and Chet. So What would you like to do, Bullethead?
So he's clearly doing threatening. I mean, if we've gone into combat, Bullethead knows that he's being attacked.
He sees that the doctor is moving toward Roberta.
Okay, so he shrugs and says, "Okay, you can die too." This is, I can't do. It's a bad accent.
I'm
but anyway.
loving it.
No, it's good.
You get to. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Guys,
Okay, so
Adam is just going to do the accent for a little bit. Go ahead, Adam.
Okay, you're gonna die too. And then I pull up my shotgun and I unload both barrels into his fucking chest.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Okay,
Wait,
so
you never reloaded it.
No, I said I reloaded as I go downstairs. It's been
okay.
long enough to reload on the way down.
I'll allow it.
We were out of combat. You reload shotguns at that time. And okay, so I'm unloading both barrels. So first I just a separate hit for each shot, right? Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, so barrel 1, I have to roll under a 13. Let's make this an all-out attack. So I have to roll under a 17. I successfully roll under a 17 for the first barrel. Roll the second barrel immediately.
Yeah, and he's going to try to dodge you.
Okay. I successfully did on the second barrel as well.
He failed his dodge.
The difference between the successes and failures matters here.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I got a 12 for the first one, and damn it, I didn't keep track of what the second one was. I'm gonna say I think it was a 10. So 12 and a 10. But
so you succeeded by 2 and by 4.
Yes. Oh wait, no, sorry, because I would actually had to roll under a 17 because I did an all-out attack, and so 12 and a 10 would be a 5 and a 7.
And Dr. Prospero failed his dodge roll.
Okay.
So, I think you're doing a lot of damage.
So I'm doing. So Clint, am I rolling 2? Am I rolling?
You're rolling
7 dice twice.
By my count, you're rolling 5 dice and 7 dice. That's 12, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, 5 dice and 7 dice. So 5 dice, and wow, I'm really glad I brought this cube of Chess X dice because I can actually roll them all. I actually have exactly enough dice to roll all these at once. So here we go. One fell down. All right. Let's see here. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 49, 52, 55. 55 damage. Now that's how you roll dice for a shotgun, baby.
That makes more sense for shotgun damage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what happens is you have exploded his head, and so pieces of his skull and brain matter and parts of the bottom of his jaw go flying through the air and splattering all over Roberta's face and clothes. And Roberta, you have pieces of Dr. Prospero's nose in your mouth and a bit of his eyeball hanging out of your ear. And he's completely as dead as God could make him. You guys have now killed the hero and the villain. What would you like to do now?
I personally would like to get away from these guys with my HIV medication.
Oh, is that what it is?
No,
we don't know what it is. You killed everybody. We have no idea.
You look down the path that runs along the reservoir, and at the other end of it, you see your van idling.
Oh, great.
Let's get to the van.
Great.
We go to that van.
As you run toward the van, you see that someone is in the driver's seat. She's got dyed black hair, a chip on her shoulder, and she has been treated very poorly by this entire crew of characters, and yet she's still on board with it. Is she an aspirational character? I'd submit that she's not. but people aren't aspirational, and sometimes they are shitty. So when you guys run up to the van, she's like, "Get in."
Okay, we get in.
I'm getting in.
The van takes off into the night, boop, boop, as the alarm's going off on the building, and the van is driving down the access roads into this industrial park, and it's going real fast. And over the hill, you can already see the flashing blue and red lights of the police that are about to arrive at the industrial park, at the laboratory. But I'm going to rule that this is the end of our adventure, and you successfully succeeded in your heist.
Yeah. Sort of.
I mean, I was just in it for the fun, and that was fun.
That was,
I mean, maybe
the big issue is the two of you are not going to be paid now that you've murdered.
Are we not going to be paid?
But
Was
let's
there,
not get into
was there
the
money in the
epilogue.
car?
Well, what we could figure out is, maybe these drugs can be sold. Maybe if you found out what they did, you wouldn't want to steal them. Why did a super-ish villain and a hero fight over these drugs? Why were his nipples so hard?
Wait, the Raven was the hero?
Or
Yes,
was he
yes,
the
probably.
villain?
Okay.
Look,
I
I
thought
didn't
Greg
figure that
Jeff
out.
was the hero.
Look, I think it was all super clear. But I hope that you guys had a lot of fun, because I had a blast.
That was
I
great.
had a great time. Since this is a one shot, can you expose the secrets of what happened?
Well, what are your questions?
Let's see.
Was it a cure or was it a hallucinogenic psychotropic?
I don't think it was a cure for AIDS. I don't think the supervillain was being accurate that he was trying to steal a cure for AIDS.
He wasn't. I think that was clear from your investigation. But you know what? I'm going to leave it open-ended, because I really like the crew of thugs. I really love this crew of thugs, and I think it would be really cool if they showed up again and dealt with some of the fallout from this at some point. I think that would be really interesting.
That would be great. I think Bullethead, it's just all in a day's work for Bullethead. This was amazing, but what was the drug? We'll be doing this again in the future. Good question.
Yeah.
We will do it again in the future. I think that look at all these people that want to know. These people are really interested in what's going to happen. What was the drug? Who were those guys in the suits? And will Chet ever get laid? The answer to that one is no. But for the answer to the other questions, you have to tune in next time we do our heist crew as a stream, and maybe we'll do that very soon. But I just want to thank Robert Dean. Robert, you have a comedy album?
I do. It's coming out end of April. Details to follow. So follow me on Instagram at Robertainment.
And you can also see Robert on an Inside Jokes show on Amazon, and his stand-up is online. So check out Robert. Adam, of course, from the show that has the name Adam in the title, and a lot of other
everything.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you want to tell people about, or?
Folks can watch The Crystal Maze on Nickelodeon. Game show I do, and I also stream at Adam Conover. I stream video games sometimes, so
check that out. And and Michael Drucker, I think it's so cool that Sam B is still doing her show. More Sam B is coming soon. And is there anything else you want to tell everybody?
No, if you want to follow me at Mike Drucker on Twitch and Twitter.
Guys, we're going to do this again. Next time I'm going to know how the rules work. That's something to look forward to. And we'll probably play a different game, but we will revisit GURPS and these crooks at some point in the future. But for now, I'm going to wave adieu. Thank you for watching the stream of blood, and we will be back with more hardcore roughneck tabletop streaming videos next time. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.